You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
You put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
If I can't do it, homie, it can't be done.
Yeah, I keep it in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Hard out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for a real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the fantasy football hustler, back at you. And oh, yeah, playoff time. Playoff time. Shout out to everybody on Rumble as well. Shout out to Toker1 who threw in a super chat over there. We're going to get the song that you threw on here very shortly. Shout out to Stranger. What up? Let's see. Let's go backwards on this. We got Stranger in the house. We got Jamie in the house. Toker1 and Toyota1 and Johnny over on Rumble. Appreciate you guys. Papa1, what up? Papa J. Emil, what up? Toyota1, what up from Twitch? Yeah. King D70, 39 points from the Packers D and kicker. Oh, man, that's going to be rough. Ooh, Crispy, MVS is a bum. Yeah, MVS not playing. All right, here we go. Papa J said, let's eat with IDP. Heat, Ugo, and DeMario. Let's go. Come on, Ugo. I want to see an interception. I want to see a pick six. I want to see like 50 tackles from Ugo. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for 0. Looking for number 0 out there. Well, I don't know how they missed that tackle, but they missed it. Josh Jacobs getting it going. Shout out to Devo on Rumble. Had some fries and some nuggets, so I'm going to mac these real quick. They're going to get to smoking. Ooh, go. Mario Davis has got a tackle. Stranger said, I don't know what the Bengals content creators are thinking. 2 live shows during Monday Night Football and 1 during Thursday Night Football. Yeah, what are they doing? Maybe just watching it, having fun. But content is not about the game. Who cares? Dude. What up, Phil? Emil said, Hush, you make any championships in any of the 1,000 leagues that you're in? Yeah, I'm sure. I've already clinched a couple, but we got more to go tonight. More to go tonight. Here we go. Oh, shut down. Shut down. This is where they do a play action, and Ugo rushes the passer. Sounds good, Jamie. I'm sending it to you right now, bro. Do they shut it down again? Come on. Come on. Come on, here we go. Wicks. Dude. It wasn't Dubs. It wasn't Dubs. I need Dubs not to do nothing. It's a dumb play. Okay, I'll take the love points. Oh, not watch parties, Bengals centric content. I mean, yeah. You know, if they're a popular channel, people will watch either way, but I don't know. Man, that was bullshit. Ugo was right on Wicks. God damn it. Hey, and Jamie in the house. Here we go. What up, Jamie?
What's up, guys? What's going on, man? You see that Wicks catch? Crazy.
Yeah. Ugo fucked up. You should have got that interception right there.
Dude. Crazy because I was doing some research for my my bets, and Wicks only gets about 2.2 receptions per game, less than 4 targets per game, 14% target share.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is he going to do today? Nothing, because they're going to need to run the ball. They're going to eat up the clock, and then all of a sudden he gets the first touchdown. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that should have been Josh Jacobs' touchdown.
That should have been for sure.
Man.
And Devo, he said, I'm digging the streaming service. Hell yeah. He said, streaming service saving me about $80 a month compared to DirecTV. Dude, and like, it's been a little while since I've had cable, but I've had this service for going on 1.5 years now. It's the best thing going, man, because it's anybody who's old enough to remember those little black boxes. It's kind of the equivalent to that. You get like every single channel, you get every pay-per-view. You know, UFC, boxing, fucking wrestling, every football game, every NFL game. I mean, every football game, every NFL game, every basketball, hockey, baseball, literally every sports package and every live TV channel all combined. And then you get all the movies and everything from all these apps and shit too. It's ridiculous. $40 a month. $40 a month.
Yeah, that seems cheap, man.
It is.
I remember like paying $40 a month for cable back in like 1995.
Sure.
So like, if that, damn, man. I haven't had cable since 2009 was the last time I had cable.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
I had to have it. I had to have it for the Sunday ticket for the longest. But I would always I would have DirecTV, but every single year I would always call and complain so I could get the Sunday ticket for free. Because you only get it for free like the first 2 years you have it, and then they tried to charge like, I don't know, an insane arm and a leg.
Yeah, what are they charging nowadays? Like $120 a month for cable?
Something. And that's probably for like
$40 from Alex. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if you watch UFC, if you watch one UFC pay-per-view a month and you pay for it, that's like what, $80? So even if you only got this just for the UFC pay-per-views, it's still $40, and then you have everything else in addition to that one pay-per-view.
Yep.
Stranger said, Huss, how much extra per TV? $10 extra. So yeah, 40 gets it on one device. You can always log out and log in, but that's, kind of a hassle, especially if people are trying to watch it simultaneously. But yeah, $10 extra, and you just need a Fire Stick to plug into the TV. That's it. You just got to have Fire Stick into your HDMI TV to download the app. Yeah, Devo, he said YouTube is $480 a season. I mean, yeah.
Wow.
And like I'm sure people are going to use it outside of football season for different things, but it's mostly just because of football. Like everything else is just everything else.
I mean, the football alone is worth it.
Fuck yeah, man. All right. So we're going to try this out. So I bought some weed online. One of the things that I'm going to do in my connoisseur, little endeavors here, I'm going to buy from these super famous, like YouTube weed YouTubers. They all have brands and shit where they ship stuff through the mail. And, so we're going to see, this is, it's THCA, but the thing that I've learned about THCA is as soon as you light it, like that's what makes it regular THC. So, so nothing really different about it. And we're gonna see how this tastes, and yeah, we're gonna try everything. I'm even gonna set up my phone here and do a little review. Right, Johnny? Yeah, don't dive head first. Dude, Stranger said Sunday ticket came to like 30 per week this year. Yeah.
Wow.
And because you can't just have Sunday ticket, like you have to have like the YouTube service like as well. And I don't know what they were charging, but I'm assuming that's what you're putting into account, right? The 30 per week is like the YouTube service plus the Sunday ticket.
Do you have any deals where you can do like what, 300, 350 a year for like a whole year? Or do you just do it month by month?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I could get deals where you do it for like the whole year. And even that, yeah, even if it was the whole year, I mean, 480, I mean, that's 40. I could definitely get, if someone wanted to pay up front or do 6 months in advance, yeah, we can definitely get a little discount for that as well. And then also like in 2025, things are kind of changing to where, like they're going to let me bring people on if you have like friends or family, who watch TV and you want to sell them the service. Every time they pay a bill, you'll get paid for that.
Oh, yeah.
And that can like come off of your bill, or it can come off of your bill, or, once it's more than the $40 or whatever, then you'll just start getting, money sent to you every month. Johnny said the A in THC stands for loophole, right? Because it totally is, right? And Stranger said, wrong on having YouTube TV too. Oh, okay. So it's not. So you can actually just get Sunday ticket and get Sunday ticket. Okay. I thought that, at least the way that it made it seem, every advertisement that I saw made it seem like you had to have YouTube TV you had to have YouTube TV, and then you get the Sunday ticket in addition to the YouTube TV. All right, and you know what? Let me set up my let's set up this camera here.
Oh, this is so. I'm looking up this THCA thing.
There you go. Okay.
It's a naturally occurring cannabinoid found in raw cannabis plants. It's the precursor to THC, the compound responsible for the psychoactive effect of cannabis.
Right. Yeah. Marco, good evening good evening to the future. Good evening from the past. And Joseph, what up? Happy holidays, brother. Just in case I don't tune in Wednesday, happy to see you doing your thing. Appreciate you, bro. And is that let me see. Yeah, appreciate you, homie. Thanks for jumping in. All right, let's try this. Let's try this bowl here.
Yeah, it's saying like it must be converted into THC through a process called decarbonization, which has occurred when cannabis is heated. So like what you said, whenever you smoke it or vape it, that's what turns into the THC.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, very interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because I thought, like, when I first learned about THCA, I was like, oh man, is this some like fake synthetic weed or something?
Dude, I can't stand that shit. Like the synthetic shit that you get through the Habib stores.
Yeah, I just, that's what
one day I smoked it and I literally felt like I was fucking flying. Like I was so fucked up. Never wanted to do that again. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. Oh, you know what's crazy? I didn't. So Rumble, they added a new feature where you can actually gift subs on Rumble now. That's cool. Never saw that before. And Quincy, can't believe I played Debo yesterday and you went off. Can't believe I played Debo yesterday and you went off. Got me into the finals. Oh man, good shit, bro.
I played Debo in a league. Made it to the finals.
Oh yeah. Stranger said Marco doing it's 5:30 here, bowl 30. Let's go. Okay. Now let's try this. We're gonna spark this up. This is the black cherry taffy. Here we go.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Black cherry taffy. We're trying this one out first.
Oh. That sounds like it kicks some ass. Holy shit.
Gassy. Gassy taste. I mean, I don't know if that's the cherry, but I'm getting a little bit of citrusy like action as well. Yeah, it's I'd say it's pretty good. We're gonna try all the other flavors as well. Whew. That one got me. Tucker one said a little dab will do you. There we go. Yabba dabba do. Oh yeah, and I totally forgot. We got to play Tucker one. Put in the song here.
So it says the potential benefits of THCA for therapeutic properties is anti-inflammatory effects, neuroprotective properties, anti-nausea.
It should be everything, that normal THC is
it says it's treated differently than THC in like jurisdictions.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm not even sure. It doesn't even have all the stranger. It doesn't even have all the what's it called? All the stats and genetics on here. Let me go see if they have it on their website. But I think that's one of the things with the THCA is I don't think there's a lot of terpenes in it. I could be wrong, but let's see.
Offsides.
Yeah, see, it's weird how it says it's lab tested, but it doesn't give you any of the lab tested results.
Interesting.
Yeah. Johnny said dabs are a different animal. Hell yeah, bro. Oh, and what Toker one say? He said, I got to commit for the best ball tournament next year. Nice. Yeah, next year it's going to be bigger and better. Bigger and better. That's what. And there's going to be 2.
Dude, I'm going to do like 100 teams next year, just like Crispy.
Yeah.
If I can get in with four out of my 5 teams, imagine if I do 100.
Right. And stranger if they don't list the terpenes and use your nose and that taste the buds. Yeah, and seeing like that's the weird thing about this. Like I'm not getting a bunch of like aroma from it. Yeah, that's the that's the part that's a little weird here. Toker one little dab will do you, and he said my doctor gave me orders to toke it up, bruh. Yeah, see, that's what's crazy. Listen to this, Jamie. So Toker one, he's got a couple years on us, and he lives in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure New Orleans, but I can't remember if it's one of the the other cities around there. And he said that his doctor, I forget the specifics, but like his doctor told him to quit smoking weed for a certain amount of time because of like some kind of medicine or something that he was going to be taking. I might be butchering it, so you can tell me if I'm messing this up, Toker one. So however long that was, he goes back, and then the doctor recommends that he goes back to ingesting, smoking weed.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So whatever it was, it got worse in the amount of time where he was taking that other medicine and not smoking weed, whatever, was going on with him at the time. And yeah, it's not legal. It's not recreational. It's not anything like that. It's about to be, I think. Jacobs with a catch. Come on, Ugo. Come on, Ugo. We need to see number 1 flying around there more. And Billy, what up? He said, Gummies down the hatch. He said, I need 15 out of the Packers defense. All I got is a prayer. Let's get it, man.
Yeah, depending on scoring, I think you get that easily.
I mean, that's what it really depends on. Depends on the scoring, right? All the work.
That's what I figured, man. Look at my parlay. I had 25 plus receiving yards, 100 plus rushing and receiving together, and 60 plus rushing.
Yeah.
And then I threw in like a Tucker Kraft 25 plus, Dobbs 25 plus, Jaden Reed 25 plus, Christian Watson 25 plus, Packers money line. It's like all those lower lines, they added up to plus 1,700 for a 11 pick parlay.
Yeah.
$6 on it, I could win 108.
And Crispy said, when did Chong start playing Santa, Jamie? That's funny. Yeah, the background.
Yeah, I got a few backgrounds, but I like this one the best.
Hell yeah.
Pull a couple more up.
Uh-oh. Jacob's getting his stretch on the side. I don't know what happened, but kind of stretching on the sideline there.
There's another one. You guys like that?
Oh yeah, and then I could change the font now. There we go. Let's get a better font in there. And Toker one, you the man, throwing in a super chat on Rumble. He said, yeah, my cardiologist and oncologist concur. There we go. All right.
Alex, which one do you like better? This one or that one?
So let's see. We'll put yourself in there so I can see what part you're covering.
I'll just chill in the corner.
Yeah.
I
mean, I like the second one. I mean, both of them are cool, but the second one is just a little bigger.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. Let's keep that. And I can just chill on his beard.
And Marco said, how much points are necessary to advance to the next round? I don't know yet. I'm not going to start checking until tomorrow after the show.
Yeah,
we'll give it a little bit just in case there might be some stat corrections. Not really sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the teams that you mentioned that I was in, I think 69 is the only one that I'm going to advance in.
Ooh.
69 dudes.
Yeah, it sucks. A lot of my teams shit the bed. I don't know what the hell happened, man. I don't know if any of my teams are going to advance.
Dion's, I only have 323. Yeah, Karate Kid, I'm 292. I don't think I'm going to hit that one.
Yeah. Marco said, I got only one team left anyways. Yeah, it's down to the nitty-gritty, bro.
Yeah. So how many teams are actually going into the next round?
4 left.
Oof. Going into next week or right
No,
now?
going in. No, it's getting cut down by half going into next week. So there's going to be 142.
That's tough.
Yeah. Toker once said, how many wafer leagues are there? There's 28, I believe. 27 or 28.
Yeah, Bill and Ted's. I got
getting down to the nitty gritty. So, I mean, week 15 started off with 33% of the tournament in. Then half of those teams got chopped. And then, oh, yes, that was a Debo with the tackle right there. I don't know if that was a tackle for loss, but he shut it down. He was the one that shut that down. We need more out of and Ugo. I keep saying a Debo because we were talking about Paulson earlier. Ugo's got 3 already. Nice, and I've officially scored enough points. Assuming there's no fumbles by Dubs, I've officially scored enough points to advance in the Marvel Multiverse of Madness, our 32 team league. That one's fucking hard, man.
Those are tough, man.
Super fucking tough. And Tucker once I'm in the championship in 27, but the other one I was in number 2, but lost there. Okay. And Johnny said, if Ugo got 3, then I got you in the best ball. Good battle, sir. Hey, I mean, I already knew that you got me. Yep. And it's showing that you're beating me. I already counted that one as a loss mentally because Ugo's going to score like 40 today. So, yeah, I already knew that was happening. Chef Ran, y'all talking about best ball. We were talking a little bit about best ball and then talking about some other leagues as well. Yeah, I need Ugo, man. I need Ugo. Got one league. I got Reed and Ugo, and I need 23 points. Come on. Right? Crispy said, just remember, if you don't make the top 4 placement in your league, it doesn't matter how many points you score. Yeah, and see, one of the things that's tough is like, I can't take the time to go through and like, delete teams or like whatever. But yeah, there's so many people who are like, bro, why is my team name not on the list? Like I scored this much. I'm like, dude, but that team didn't make the playoffs, man. You didn't notice that the team only won like a couple games throughout the year and they didn't make it.
I mean, that's fantasy football for you, man. You could shit the bed all year, do good later, or you could do good all year and then shit the bed in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's so many people, I see it in the Facebook group where like, I hate fantasy football. It's all luck. And then you see their comments like, yeah, I was number 1 all year and I lost the first round of the playoffs. It's all fucking luck. So funny. Marco said in the Dynasty 2, you had a pretty close matchup. Yeah. Still bitter about that one. I lost by 0.02 points. And I had Saquon. Like, that's what sucks, man. And like, fuck. And it was the guy who had JT who beat me too. So like, pretty sure he ended up smashing the person that he played this week. Because I think he had JT and Lamar. And I outmanaged myself. I had the right horses, just didn't play them. That's what sucks when you lose.
Like, imagine if you had Hurts and Mixon all year. You're killing it. And then you just shit the bed this week.
Yep. And it happens. And like, that's why I just don't agree with the start your studs.
Exactly. Yep. Because I was saying I was going to start Garendo over Mixon last week. And then all of a sudden he was out. So I'm like, well, fuck, I have no other option. People
like, dude,
crazy. They were like, why are you going to start Garendo over Mixon? I'm like, because Mixon ain't going to do shit. He's already locked up his playoff seed. And,
coming out. I can't even tell you how many people asked me Jerome Ford or Mixon. And every single time I said Jerome Ford.
Yes, I would have done the same thing.
Brian Robinson was someone that I pretty much told everybody blindly bench, like just play anybody over him. I didn't think that like you could literally play anybody over him. Like could have played yourself and he only scored 0.10 more points than anybody who doesn't even play in the NFL.
Yeah. Yep.
Phil said Hurts probably cost me too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one thing that I will say for me is I was so against Hurts, like ever since he, like turned into a second or third round pick or like whatever, when he got that hype. So I never paid up for him ever in redraft or dynasty or anything after that. So I've never had him. And 2 out of the last 4 years, he's fucked teams in week 16.
Yeah. Yep.
And by injury or whatever, 3 years from now, we look back and we're going to say Hurts fucked us. We're not going to care about him, as long as the injury isn't something super serious, nobody's going to care about that injury.
I'd almost rather have like a Drake May right now than a Hurts, because you can sell Drake, or you can get Drake May plus a bunch on top of it for Hurts.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy in the auction league that I'm in. It's an offense only auction league, and every single year I keep getting fucked on quarterbacks, and but I'm in the championship. And the 3 quarterbacks that I got on my squad are Drake May, Cooper Rush, and Rudolph. And on my IR, I got Carr and Trevor Lawrence. So those were the guys that I actually drafted. But it's but Drake May and Cooper Rush were the quarterbacks that got me to advance from week 16 to 17.
Dude, I mean, going forward, I have Drake May as my QB 8 in Dynasty, somewhere around QB 7, 8, 9. Just because imagine what he could do with weapons. And they're going to draft a weapon next year, or they're going to get someone in free agency.
We hope, but that just hasn't been the Patriots' MO. I mean, for Drake May, I hope, but they just never do that.
But even if they don't, he's still going to put up QB 12 numbers weekly with his legs. I think he's got that Josh Allen type upside. So I see people ranking him QB 15 in Dynasty. I'm buying him all day for that.
I mean, I guess I'd have to pump the brakes on the Josh Allen potential, because I mean we've seen Josh Allen lead the quarterbacks, totally in points.
Well, do you remember when Josh Allen came in the league? People were like, he's trash. He can't hit the broadside of a
bar.
Yeah,
but I mean, it took him getting a new quarterback coach and getting Diggs and and then he turned into what he is.
He is one of those anomalies that you can't really teach accuracy, but he was the one that overcame that and actually became kind of accurate.
Yep. There goes Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
In the end zone, Josh Jacobs just might have got some people.
I needed that. I put a Josh Jacobs touchdown in every single one of my parlays.
There you go.
Thank God. Let's get it.
Chef ran JD5 was my ultimate value pick this year. Yeah, in Dynasty, I'm glad that I had a couple picks where I had the second pick in Dynasty and was able to snatch him up there.
Yep. Sometimes you can get him with the third overall Dynasty. I don't
think any dynasties I was in he went in that because of the Superflex, but
I've seen
everybody wanted him.
I've seen some people take Marvin Harrison Jr. 1 overall above Caleb. And then
that's true. You know what? That is true. You know what? I bet you I did see a Marvin Harrison Jr. somewhere where he went over Jaden Daniels.
At the least,
probably laughed at those people too.
Exactly. Yep. But I was all over JD. I was telling people he's my number 1 pick. I would rather have Jaden Daniels over Caleb.
I mean, and seeing, what's crazy is there's a lot of people who, no matter what, it was blindly Caleb. I didn't want Caleb. He was already too hyped for me. And it's the Bears. And then people are, but they got DJ Moore. I'm they had DJ Moore last year as well. But they got Keenan Allen now. Man, Keenan Allen fucking sucks. And then when they draft Robert
32 years old. What the fuck do you expect from Keenan Allen?
He killed it this week for people in fantasy, though. And then Jacobs already has 24.25. I'm assuming that's in the Hustler format. God damn. And we're only a couple minutes into the second quarter.
Let's see what's the stat line. He's got 53 yards on 10 carries for a touchdown and 3 receptions for 32 yards. So I imagine there's a lot of first downs in there.
Ugo's got 4 points so far. Come on. We need more. We need more. One of these ones. Let me see.
So let's see. I got my Kraft 25 plus. I got my Dubes. Dubes is so close. I just need 5 more from him. I just did a parlay with I took all the receivers from Green Bay and just put 25 plus yards.
Nice.
Parlay.
All right. I've officially advanced in another league.
Nice.
This one's against my arch nemesis. Fuck him.
Who's that? Can you give it
Everybody should already know who my arch nemesis is by now.
No name dropped in here, but we know.
Yeah,
we know.
No name drops. Everybody knows. All right. There we go. So let me see. So now let me see. Where have I officially advanced? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh man.
5.
Oops. I forgot
6. Oh shit, one of the leagues I had Josh Jacobs in. I was wondering why, because I was losing by like 2 points, but I'm like smashing them now. So 6. So I've officially advanced in 6 out of 19.
Hell yeah.
We still got more to go.
Man.
Yeah, we still got more to go. There's some where I'm winning. And it's like it could be out of reach for those people. And then there's some where I'm losing and I need like fucking Ugo to get me like 10 points, you know.
I think I did the math once, and if you advance in like 13% of your leagues, if you win 13% of your leagues, like you're gonna make a profit.
Yeah.
Because I haven't paid for a league since 2012 was when I started winning big.
Nice.
And I just take my profits and I take them out, but I keep what I have to pay back in, obviously. But like last year, winning the tournament, that $1,000, dude.
Yeah.
Like right there, even without that, I still wouldn't be paying for leagues. So I'm not going to be paying for leagues for the next 5-6 years because of that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Ooh, man. Spencer Rattler was about to get blasted off the blind side if they didn't whistle that play dead. And Giant said, 3 rush first downs and 2 receiving first downs. Yeah, he's getting a lot of work already. Marco said, if I have the first overall pick in best ball next season, this pick will have to be the worst season of his career. Last year I had Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce and Limp CMC.
So next year, if you have the first overall pick, I think Gibbs is going to be consideration. You're going to have Jamar Chase, Gibbs, and Barkley in that top 3. What do you think? Chat, put it in. Who would you take?
As of right now, I'm saying Barkley.
Yeah.
Because I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the Eagles or whatever, but unless the whole bunch of their offense and offensive line gets dismantled, like second year in that offense, it's got to be Barkley. Chef Ran, I feel like A-Chain. If he didn't get hurt so much, but
yeah, no, A-Chain definitely. Like I moved him up to my top 4 dynasty.
Yeah,
behind like the Gibbs, like he's actually in consideration with the Gibbs, the Bijan.
Johnny said CMC is the worst consensus 101 of all time. I'm sure that we could come up with another one who busted, but yeah, CMC, it's just low hanging fruit because it's this year.
Man, almost every year the 101 is a bust because like you can't outproduce your draft capital. Like if you draft him at the 101, he has to be the top 3.
And see, and here it is, man, with Superflex. Man, that's why I like picking the quarterbacks there for regular leagues. I mean, best ball, things could be different, but because I feel like it's easiest for those quarterbacks to live up like points wise to that 101, even if they're not like the top quarterback. If they score more than any running back or wide receiver, like that was already a good pick just because of that. As long as you hit on other picks,
Yeah, I think this year was probably the best year to go. Like, what do they call it? When you wait on your running backs.
Yeah,
because I mean, every round there's a running back you could have grabbed, even in Superflex. Like there was Gibbs, Taylor, like Derrick Henry in like the 3rd, Kyron Williams, A-Chain.
Well, that's why I don't understand why people they get so caught up in the strategy of like, if I'm going to take RB early, I might just take 2 or 3 in a row. Like sometimes I could work, but I still feel like building like a well-rounded team. Like, no, I mean, there's no better strategy. I mean, you got to hit on your picks either way.
For example, I took Derrick Henry and Battle of the Brands in the 3rd round. And then my second running back was Joe Mixon in the 6th round. So that's a perfect strategy right there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it might not work out this week because of fucking Mixon.
How did that fucking happen like that? There's no way that happened in that exact way, that you got Mixon in the 6th round.
Yeah, because people were going quarterback heavy. And I didn't take my 3rd quarterback until fucking... Dude, I didn't even take a 3rd quarterback in a draft. And Daniel Jones was my 2nd quarterback, so that's how that worked out.
Damn, and you did get him in the 6th round.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, holy shit. And then Pollard in the 8th.
And you know what? Now that I remember, I was pissed about that because I picked Najee at the 6'5", and I wanted him there. But that's why because of the quarterbacks, everyone went crazy QB heavy.
Yeah, because I saw quarterbacks going off the board, and I remember there was a quarterback you took. Yeah, it was I think it was Mayfield.
Yeah,
it was Mayfield, and I was like, "Fuck," because I should have took Mayfield over I think Olave, and my team would have been fucking solid if I did that.
Yeah, see what's crazy is hindsight's 2020. Me taking Diggs, I took Diggs in the 5th, that fucked it all up. Breece Hall with the 1st overall, I fucked it all up there. If I would have had Barkley, everything would have been different. And Barkley went 3 picks after to Crispy. Smart guy.
My Singletary pick was trash. Man, I could have had.
Man, my best.
I drove fucking Ford. I mean, I know he didn't do shit in the beginning of the year, but neither did Singletary. But right now, Ford would help me out.
What up, Derek? Shout out to Derek. And I see my best pick on the board right there. Chase Brown at the 9-10. That was the best pick by far.
Yes,
for me.
It was, man.
Yep. Fuck that league, man. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, we got to do this again next year.
Yeah. Awesome. So who is it going to be? It's you versus who? Do you even know?
Justin. I did a podcast with him like 3 years ago.
Sam Tex-Mex? The fucking TSS?
TSS, yeah. I did a podcast on TSS like 2-3 years ago. And I didn't know the guy. He invited me on. And it was funny because the other guest they had me go against, we had this like waiver wire battle. It was Joe Pepe. Joe Pepe was the guy who kind of inspired me to become more of an analyst. He was like, "Oh, if I could do it, you can fucking do it. I've seen your shit. Like, you're smart." So that kind of made me step up and get more into the fantasy industry. And he was a guest that I was going up against.
Nice. And then look at Crispy just having bad luck over there, inflicting all the bad luck on me. And then he plays the highest out of the top 4 teams remaining. And Crispy scored the second highest. Like, that's what's crazy. He scores the second highest, but had to go against the first highest.
Yep. It's all about the seeding.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Andre said Watson grabbing his leg. Uh-oh.
Fuck. The computer's about to die. Plug it in.
Got to be coming up on this next play here.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds and didn't look that bad.
I mean, unless it was when the guys kind of like fell on him at the end.
Didn't even look like he fell on him that bad. Well, shit, as long as he's got that 25 plus yards, I'm good. What does he got? 23.
No way.
Fuck.
No fucking way. Oh man, this is stressful times right now. It really is.
Fuck.
Yeah, me and Crispy, we were in a battle for the ages, man. And it's the first startup of last year. And the score right now is 387 to 374. So it's over. Crispy's got nobody left. Toyota 1, not enough scoring going on here. I know, right? I need Dubs to keep sucking. If Dubs keeps sucking, that's gonna get me one of these where I'm moving on.
I mean, who's really playing Dubs in the semifinals? Who else did he start him over?
Well, I mean, I don't know who he started him over. I haven't even looked at his team or like cared too much to like look, but it's these dynasty leagues, man. The dynasty league, some teams don't have a lot of depth.
True.
I know there's one league, man. Listen to I need to win over here. Need to win over here. Listen to my bench. My team still did good. I'm scoring almost 400. But here's my bench. This is the hustler scoring. Kareem Hunt 21, Tajay Spears 32, Abdullah 28, Keenan Allen 45, Jameson Williams 38, Sam Laporta 20.
That's solid.
But like that, I mean, that's my bench. Here's my starters: Purdy, ETN sucked, Henry, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb, Cortland Sutton sucked, Kittle, Higgins, and Trey McBride sucked, and then Kyler Murray. And then Van Ginkel, man. Feel like Van Ginkel is like he could be considered one of the IDP MVPs this year.
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, he's fucking killing it, man. Like, let's see where he is. And Stranger says, sounds like Huss's bench is a winning team. Yeah, right? That was a team where I went into fully rebuild mode 2 years ago. And Reed's getting in there. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't get it. Damn it. And it wasn't fucking Ugo who got him either. Yeah, I need Reed for one league.
I just need 25 from Reed. 25 yards, and I'm good.
I like when they do the forward jet sweeps, the little forward passes. Like, those are so efficient. I love it. What the fuck? Brooks? Well, someone else needed more from Josh Jacobs. He didn't get it on that play. They gave it to Chris Brooks.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. That helps.
That helps no one. Toyota one said garbage. Dude, who the fuck is Chris Brooks? Who the fuck is that?
So I'm 14-0 in one of my dynasty leagues.
Ooh.
set this up so it's a 2-week final. So week 16 and 17, it's a combined points, right?
Yuck.
I fucking lost this week 167 to 186. So 20 points. So I need to outscore my opponent next week by 20 points. The dude fucking even had Jalen Hurts this week, and I still fucking behind. Check out this team. So I got Joe Burrow, Brees Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, Kyler Murray. That's a stud fucking dynasty team, right?
Yeah.
My bench ain't shit. I got like Tillman, fucking McLeod, bunch of shit. Wicks, Mario Douglas, Nakeem Hakeem, Westbrook, whatever, fucking Wilson, Michael Wilson. But still, like, my starters are studs. I sold everything to get these fucking starters, and I'm fucking gonna lose. But dude, imagine having Brees Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, and Marvin Harrison Jr. on a dynasty team. That's fucking. Maybe I need to start selling these people for like Amon-Ra St. Brown or someone. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's always nice to go tier up, but I think that a lot of people get it to where.
Well, that's what I did. I tiered up to get these people.
Yeah, I mean, if you make it to where you have like no more depth, besides that all, I guess that's what makes me nervous too, like catching a couple injuries and then your season's like damn near over because you have no depth. Like that's another thing that just comes into my mind when it comes to trying to acquire this crazy
start
pieces.
11 too. So like I wanted to get all my starters studs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta rethink that in the offseason. If I fucking lose, if I go 14-0 and then fucking lose the final, I'm gonna be pissed.
Dude, it's so hard to go undefeated.
It's my only team. I got 35 fucking teams, and this is the only one that's undefeated.
And Toyota One said that's how my family league is. I don't get it, the 2-week thing. I don't like it. I think that's like an ESPN thing, and like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Crispy said, "Yeah, I need to bench Josh Jacobs, please." Yeah, the only place I got Josh Jacobs, I already won, so I'm good. Let's let him take the rest of the night off. Just don't start giving it to Dubs all crazy. And Derek said, I made it to the ship in both my work leagues. I need one of them, Josh Jacobs, to get 13 points, and I just got it. There we go. And going to the ship in the 18. Uh-oh.
Nice.
In the 18, huh? Let's go see what it looks like over there. Because I know I'm not in that one.
Anybody in the chat going back to back, winning the championships in any of your leagues?
Good shit. Good shit.
You can win once, right? But if you go back to back, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, there's a couple leagues where I'm close. I'm close.
Yep, I only have one. I started a dynasty league for my fantasy football discussion group. Facebook group.
Okay.
Started a league last year. Won the championship. 12 team. We start 12 super flex. And I'm in a championship again this year. And I'm facing the same guy I beat last year. In the championship.
Nice. Yeah, there's one of these leagues where if the DeMar Hamlin thing didn't happen a couple years ago, I would be going for a three-peat right now because I only lost by 2 points and I had Higgins.
That was a shit show, man.
Yeah.
I think I commissioned like 5 or 6 leagues back then, and I can't imagine what you had to go through with yours that you commissioned. But there was a whole fucking shit show in that. Like, what the hell do you do? Because I don't even remember what I did because that was what 2 years ago. I can't remember what I
Yeah.
did yesterday. Fuck.
I mean, I pretty much told everyone
It is what it is. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like you know, I said if anybody wants to split, you know,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, like, but it's going to be ultimately up to the person who's leading in points, who, you know, really gets to decide it because they're winning. And like, I was pissed because even in the league that I would have won, the dude didn't want to split with me. Like, I didn't press the issue or anything. I just asked, you know, I said, hey, I'm asking everybody who's in the same position as you, where, you know, the score was very close.
What the fuck was that? Watch this play.
It's got to be the next one here.
Rattler just like, I don't know what the fuck he did. He just took it and was like, here. What the fuck happened?
It's got to be right after this. I saw a Kendra Miller one. Giants said only loss. I lost the only hustler league I could back to back this week. I needed 9 more points from CD. Damn, try not to think about it.
Yes, in slow motion, it was more simpler. Like he got hit, he would have lost it anyway, but then he did this with his hands after.
Yeah, it's super weird. Super weird. And Derek says 21-0 time for the Saints past the sticks, right? I mean, I don't even know if this is going to be worth watching the second half. I'm probably going to be too nervous from like guys where I need fucking Dubs, or not Dubs, Reed and the Ugo, man. I need, hopefully Green Bay's on the field a bunch, but man, I need Ugo to get more points. Derek, pause and exit the game. Oh man, 21-0 skunk and just gave up the ball. Crispy said they look like an elementary schoolyard play. I mean, that one did, right? What was he doing? He just, oh, here, take it. But nobody's there. Oh, and I think you mentioned this on Facebook earlier, right, Jamie? You were asking what kind of Christmas movies people are watching.
Yeah, I watched Gremlins. I watched Lethal Weapon. I watched Die Hard and Rocky IV so far.
Nice. So, I mean, my go-to movies are The Night Before with Seth Rogen and Super.
Oh, that one's fucking hilarious. I forgot about that.
That one's great. And then Office Christmas Party also came out within the last 10 years. That's with Jason Bateman and TJ Miller and a couple other random people that you'll know. But that one's super fucking funny. And then, yeah, and then all the old school, you know, all the old school movies, the Santa Clauses, and
that one's all right. Yeah, it's funny, but
I mean, it's a Christmas movie. But I usually save Die Hard for Christmas itself. You know. So we'll watch that on Christmas. Batman 2.
Wait,
you know,
Batman 2's a Christmas movie?
I mean, see, like, okay, if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then Batman Returns is a Christmas movie, because if you remember, one of the like, it wasn't like the opening scene, but like they have a scene where like they're holding some lady hostage from like up on the roof or whatever. And then it's like at a Christmas lighting ceremony or whatever, and then they push her off and she literally falls on the Christmas tree, you know.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice that, man. So there was a study, I forgot what college, but there was a recent college study that these professors did, and they
get in there, Phil.
They're comparing Christmas movies, so they actually came up with the conclusion that Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Well,
it's because what they did is they took the factor in like how many scenes show Christmas trees, Christmas songs, like the fact that
here's where Die Hard gets a negative for me because it's a Christmas movie. Where's the snow?
It happens in LA.
It's like it's not a Christmas movie.
LA, there's no snow in LA, dude.
Bro, I've seen movies in LA that they had snow.
Okay.
It may have been fake manufactured snow, and it may have been some miracle, but they figured out a way to get it in there.
All right.
That's why I always
How
talk
about
shit
the,
about
the-
Die
the-
Hard.
how about the end when the money's flying down, like all those papers? That could be considered like a snowfall. Maybe
It could
I don't
be.
know.
It could be. And here's one thing that I always said about Die Hard also, because I mean, it's taking place at a Christmas party. So it like you have to try so hard to like go against that somehow. So that's like I'm trying to find the different arguments to go against it. My other argument is I know that there's a bunch of people here who've been to like work holiday parties that happen in the very beginning of December. So not saying it's not the Christmas season,
Eve,
but Christmas movie, Christmas season movie, I feel like those are like two different things.
Yeah, I remember the scene where the dude's in the office. He's blowing some snow.
Yeah. And Marco said that was Coke. Alex, not snow.
Obviously.
See? But you know what? Even Harold and Kumar Christmas, there is a little bit of snow in there. But there was a part where they did have some blow, and then they like sneeze in it, and it like gets all over
the Friday after next. I watched that Christmas Eve when I wrapped presents, so that's a tomorrow movie for me.
There you go. And Crispy said Bill Murray Scrooged. Yeah, I mean that's classic tale. What? You got to see it. It's like it's a Christmas Carol.
Write that down.
But it's a Christmas Carol. The whole story of a Christmas Carol, but it's Bill Murray who's like a TV executive, and he's the Scrooge. Like he's the Scrooge.
I don't think I've seen it. So I watched this one. I don't know if you can see it. It's Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
But it's all their fucking skits from the 90s, like
all the Christmas related ones.
Yes, and it has the Hanukkah song, all that shit. And then I watched Batter Santa.
Oh, Bad Earth.
Well,
Yeah,
Bad Santa, but it's the uncensored version.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it is Bad Santa, but it's the uncensored version.
Yeah, it's just called the unrated version. So there's more swearing, maybe a little bit more ass and tits in it.
Yeah, nice. Hey, I like it. And Toyota One, National Lampoon Christmas. I
saw that already this year. Yep.
I always watch that on Thanksgiving, and I usually watch it one or two other times. But yeah, because that like starts Christmas for me. National Lampoon Christmas. I like starts Christmas season for me. Bad Santa. Haven't watched that again yet, but got to. Elf. I know that like
Elf is hilarious.
I hate Will Ferrell, but I know Vanessa loves that movie, and so it's always on. So I'm watching it at times.
So there's a fun fact. Did you know they wanted to make that in 1994 is when they wrote that script, and they were going to have Chris Farley, I believe, as Elf.
Damn.
And it's actually I would have loved to have seen that one, but I'm kind of glad they held it off for Will Ferrell because that's a classic.
Yeah. Screw Will Ferrell. Man, I much rather would have seen Chris Farley. But yeah, Will Ferrell. I mean, that's one of the ones that, the reason why I don't like Will Ferrell is because I don't think being gay is a punchline. I don't think kissing guys is like a punchline. And so that's why I don't like, that's like his like go-to brand of comedy, which, if you like to dress like a girl and kiss guys as like comedy, that's on you, it doesn't mean I have to watch it or laugh at it. Cause that's just not funny to me. But Old School, I like that one. And Elf, because of that character. Yeah.
Old School's a Christmas movie?
No, I'm just saying Will Ferrell in Old School.
Oh, yeah. Okay. When he runs naked.
When he's Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Story. That's one of my faves too, Toyota.
Yeah, that's like I'm from Cleveland. It was based in Cleveland. So that's obviously a classic for me.
Yeah. And is that house actually in Cleveland?
It is. Yeah. The only thing that the part that they had where he was above the sink, where he was shooting the bandits with his BB gun.
Yeah.
That window is not in the house.
Okay, that's a set. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the only part of that movie that it's kind of fake.
So did you ever go to that house just to like go see it?
I have once, like years ago. I mean, it's worth going to once, but I heard
it's just
like people could rent it out and like stay there for the night.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I even saw Chris Marco brought up Home Alone. Yeah, I mean that's probably my favorite.
Home Alone's classic, man. I got so many fucking behind the scenes shit on that. Like they filmed it inside of a school in their gymnasium because they couldn't fit the crew inside of the actual house that they filmed the outside. So they built a set inside of a gymnasium.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then like the water scene at the end where they flooded the basement, it was just easier for them to flood the pool and then just drain it afterwards. And then when Marv stepped on those
the nail?
No, not the nails, but the ornaments.
Oh, yeah.
He insisted on doing that barefooted. So the only way that they could have done that was they made those ornaments out of sugar. So
they said it was candy, right?
It was sugar candy. So it wouldn't actually pierce through his skin.
Right. Because I mean, and you know what makes it? It's not really that the whole things blow up. It's that it makes that sound. It sound, the sound, the glass sound, like that's just no matter what it is, it's like we just picture it's glass because we hear that glass shattering.
Oh, and speaking of sound, the part where he had the spider, the tarantula on his face.
Yeah.
So what he did is like he didn't want to make any noise during that scene because he didn't want the spider to bite him. So he faked the scream, but then he added it in later in the production.
And that, like, I swear, man, that is just like, as long as I'm high, like, I will almost like laugh to tears at that part, like every time. Him screaming like a girl like that is just like.
So he's actually doing it with no noise coming out of his mouth. And then
what the hell?
filmed it later.
Oh man, I know I'm gonna play behind everybody, but I just saw the play where it goes through a wide receiver's hands and then it hits Juwanna Man right in the stomach. But yeah, he wasn't ready for it. And what Johnny said, and it's got the girl from the Raiders from the Lost Ark in it. Which one is it? And Unscrooged? I cannot remember the Raiders of the Lost Ark. The fucking the Temple of Doom was the favorite, was my favorite.
The Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's the first one, right?
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark's the first one.
So fun story, like you ever watch Star Wars?
Yeah.
You remember when Harrison Ford got put in? He got frozen in that. Shit, I don't know what they call it, but fuck, what the hell do they call it? Like the graphene, like he was frozen in that shit.
Yeah.
So there's a
theory, Christmas Vacation, the best.
There's a theory that Raiders of the Lost Ark is Harrison Ford dreaming while he was frozen in that scene. Because you can see like pictures of stuff that happened in Star Wars, like the cantina, like R2-D2. There's an Star Wars artifacts in the background.
What did Margot say? Crobbenite? He said, not sure if I spelled it right. Shout out to Fantasy Dog. He said, hey, Jamie and Huss, number 8, like, smash that like button. And he said, I do a mean impersonation of Will Ferrell.
Oh, dude, I want to hear that.
He said, impersonation of Will Ferrell impersonating Harry Carey.
Oh, shit.
That's fucking hilarious.
So, who in the chat here has seen that classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Ooh.
The old, like, what was it? The old
you talking about the one from fucking 1970 or 1960
or
whatever?
Old version, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Well, he was picked on, like, so fun fact, did you know Rudolph's red, like his nose, it seems magical because it glows red, right? But in real life, a red nose in reindeers is caused by a what is it called? A parasitic larva infestation.
Okay.
They're called bot flies or snot flies, and they lay eggs inside of the reindeer's nose, and it hatches into larva, which then burrows into the reindeer's nose, causing swelling, increased blood flow, and that's what causes it to become red. So with that severe infestation, it makes it hard for reindeers to breathe. Makes it hard for them to eat. They can't even really survive if it gets too bad. And
Dude,
that's
so
the reason-
Rudolph is hella contagious.
So that's the reason we've never seen Rudolph again after that one night, because he died.
Hella contagious, dude.
Yeah. I'm sorry I ruined your childhood, but Rudolph died because of
You
his.
know what? So that's why they didn't let him play in any reindeer games, because he's contagious.
Yes.
They were actually just being smart. Man, when I'm just out and about with like Noble, and if we're at like any kid's place and I like fucking hear kids coughing or sneezing, it's like, ah, little fucking box of bacteria. You
Dog
don't wash
away.
your fucking hands. All right, Johnny, we'll catch you soon. Maybe you can smoke enough weed to make this game interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fancy Dog said, hope so. 500 versus 100, or $500 versus $100. All right. Let's get it. And Toyota 1 said they killed Killer B.
They killed Killer B.
Almost there, Phil. 2.83 to go. Let's go. Marco said, best Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Funny. Because I just watched that Saturday Night Live Christmas right here. I don't know. Shit, it's hard to fucking see this right here. And they had an extended version of It's a Wonderful Life at the end, where they beat the crap out of that old dude in the wheelchair because he fucking stole all their money and shit.
Yeah. No way. Bad sport. What up, bro? He said miracles do happen. I've been on an 8-game win streak to the championship. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get it. You never know, man. You can start 0-8 and then win out. Dude, I'm in a championship with a 7-win team right now.
Yeah.
I think I lost because I fucking played Hurts and Baker Mayfield last night. I was like 90% chance of winning. And then Baker Mayfield ended up getting a touchdown and like ran for a few yards and lost me that game. So pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking Ugo, man. I need Ugo to get more points. I'm looking good in a lot of my games right now. But like if Ugo does better. Yeah, I need in one of the leagues I need Reed and Ugo, man. Those guys haven't done shit.
Dude, I just need Reed 25 yards. That's all I fucking want. And the fun fact is, like, the Saints allow the 12th most points to the slot receiver.
Yeah.
So why the hell isn't Reed doing shit? He's been trash. And now that they're up 21 points, why even bother using Reed? They're just going to run the ball.
Unless
Control the clock.
those end arounds, you know, with Reed that they were doing before. Marco said Reindeer Games is a cool Christmas movie. Yeah, it's decent.
Boy, what is Reindeer Games?
It's with Ben Affleck. It's got a really weird like plot to it. He fakes someone's identity to try to get with a chick or something.
The year 2000. Oh, Charlize Theron's in that. Ashton Kutcher's in that.
He is?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Now I need to go look it up because I can't remember.
Dude, I don't think I've ever seen or even heard of this movie.
I mean, it's okay. Ben Affleck hates it. Like, he talks shit about it.
All right, well, I'm going to add it to my list.
Oh, shit. Isaac Hayes is in it? I totally forgot about that. Isaac Hayes is the best, but he's still the best as Chef from South Park.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Let's get Isaac Hayes.
I did watch that movie with The Rock, the red one. That's like an instant classic, man. we're going to be watching that for the next 30 years.
I have no idea. Derek said they shouldn't even come back out after that show. Yeah, just head on home to New Orleans, guys. Like, just get an early fucking early go at it.
I already placed a bet next week because when I looked at the odds, who are they facing? The same.
Derek said that's nice to see why I was hype on JD5 this year. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, you know, you were on it. You were on it. I had him in some places, but definitely not as much as. Like I said, didn't like the Fisher and like the Fisher thing as a kid. You just need to be older to understand the movie. Okay, I don't remember that. How about Robin Williams and Jack? That's classic Robin Williams.
Yeah, he pretended, or no, he didn't pretend. He was like, he had some kind of mental issue where he thought he was.
I mean, it wasn't just a mental issue. I mean, mental and physical. Like he aged, what was it, 4 times faster? And
Yeah, so like his friends were like 14, and he was like 30.
oh, they were 10. They were 10.
Something like that. Yeah,
And
it's
he
been
was
a
like
while.
40, right? He was like 40.
Man.
Derek said, how'd you call Caleb Williams too? Hell yeah, man. People just way too hyped, man. And yo, so sorry, called AR5 being bad. I mean, you know, there's the reason why I didn't shit on Jaden Daniels, but I shit on Taylor. Because they're both talented. We already knew that. I mean, some of it was the system. A lot of it was the system, and a lot of it was just the overhype on Taylor. Like, I'm just always gonna go the opposite if someone's so fucking hyped. Like, for Dynasty, people are putting Caleb in like top 6, top 7, like before he was even fucking drafted to a team. Like, it's ridiculous. Anthony Richardson, like, dude, how many, Jamie? I know how many people's list did you see that he was like top 3 on their list?
That's Dynasty, yeah. And then also people had him number 1 overall this year in redraft. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You're crazy. Like Jaden Daniels is what we wanted Anthony Richardson to be. Because we know that rushing upside is king.
Yeah,
It's a chance we had to take.
I will be one next year. I mean, we got to chill on the QB1
No.
because, like, no matter what, the reason why sophomore slumps happen is because there's more tape. And if you actually get good on that team, that means you're gonna have a schedule. Like those are also things that like are gonna happen no matter what. So is he gonna be QB1? I doubt it. Should we do a QB1 top 12? Fuck yeah, dude.
Like in Dynasty, maybe top 3 or 4. I can see I have him in my top 4, maybe.
Is there not gonna be lists that he's number 1?
No, in redraft, like give me Josh Allen, give me Lamar Jackson.
Well, no. But I'm saying for Dynasty, is there not going to be Dynasty list where he's number 1? Not saying yours, but someone's going to have him number 1. I
don't see it, man. Like, don't give me Patrick Mahomes for the consistency for the next 10 years.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm talking about just people's lists. We'll just say that, just the people who do rankings.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Anthony Richardson is top 3 in Dynasty with doing nothing, how could JD5 not be 1 on some people's lists? I'm not saying your list. I'm not saying my list. I'm just saying people's lists.
I honestly, I want to put him top 3 or 4 just because of his age and his upside.
Yeah.
Because the guys that above him are 28 and he's 24. So that's 4-year difference. Like, I'd rather have Lamar or Allen, of course.
I'm old enough to remember when Curtis Samuel was the number 1 dynasty wide receiver.
Holy
the number 1 overall
Curtis
going
Samuel.
into it.
What?
It was because of or wait, maybe not Curtis Samuel. Was it DJ Moore? DJ Moore. I mean, it was when him and DJ Moore were
Or you
on
might
the,
be thinking of Deontay Johnson, because I remember Deontay Johnson being in like the top 5.
No, it was DJ Moore when he was with Cam after that 1 year of like doing crazy. And like,
I think I had him at like 11 or 12 or maybe 10.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and I guess when I say consensus, if I see it on like multiple people's lists, I just assume that most people think that way.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like bigger names like in the industry, which most of them I don't agree with their lists. It's just, but I'll call it what it is. And it was DJ Moore that year. It was like 2018, I think. And then it was like the next year after that, DK went off. And like DK was like the number 1 wide receiver going into the year, like after that. And it's like, so people just, because of the age, like that's what it is. It's like, if you do good and you're young, like you're just going to get put as like number 1 dynasty guy.
It's kind of like Puka Nacua right now. I see him as like a top 5, 6 guy.
Right. I saw him top 3 on people's list this year,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to pay that price, but like I can actually see him the way that he plays and the kind of receiver he is. Like he might be in the top 5 to 10 for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
He deserves it now. I don't like the 1 year wonder stuff. Like, Justin Jefferson, he backed it up, Jamar Chase. I mean, not on paper, Jamar Chase did not back it up, right away, like he is now and stuff. But, he kind of had an off second year, and I think he got injured and Burrow got injured, as well. But yeah, I mean, if I see it from you twice, and we saw it from Puka now twice, I mean, he got hurt, but still, he killed it when he was out on the field, and he deserves to be up there now. He shouldn't be anywhere outside of anybody's top 5 for dynasty.
Like I can see Brian Thomas right now going to next year as a top 12 dynasty wide receiver,
dude.
And if he backs up, bro, he can shoot up to the top 6, 7.
Before Brian Thomas was doing good, he was top 8. Like ranked top 8 before he was even doing good. It was like somewhere into the season. And I was going back and forth with people on Twitter. I was like, dude, who the fuck in their right mind has him at number 8 right now? Like, how does that even make sense?
Yeah, you have to see it first.
Yeah. And they were like, well, his age and like, the situation that he's in. I was like, can he have a couple games where he does good before you rank him top 8?
So for example, like last year I had JSN as like, I don't know, I want to say 13, 14, right? Then he shot way down. I seen him pass like 20, 24 in the middle of the year. Now he's back up to that 13.
Yeah.
So it's like, just because he had a couple bad games, you're going to shoot him down 20 past wide receiver 20.
See, and that's the part that I don't get about dynasty rankings, is because like, if it's a dynasty ranking, I understand people are going to make changes from week to week and sometimes even day to day, because there's crackheads out there who like need to be on the rankings like that. But like, how can you adjust the rankings that far? Like, just like you said, how can you be 13 and then 20 something in the same year and then back to 13? Like,
it doesn't make sense.
How is he getting lowered that much and then raising that much? Like, it makes no sense.
And like, that, like going into the year, I seen Marvin Harrison Jr. as like wide receiver 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
And now he's like wide receiver 15, and then he's gonna have like 2 or 3 good games. They're gonna put him back up in that 4 or 5 range. It's like, no, just call him a top 10.
Guys call buy the rights to these guys and sell them for insanely high deals so they could watch them flop early.
Yeah. It's like stock market, man. Like when people lower, like I'm buying them when they're lower. When they're higher, I'm gonna sell them. Like Jaden Reed, I sold Jaden Reed this year for T. Higgins and a 1st round pick.
Yeah,
and
Watt. Yeah, what up? You said Williams is a stud. You can see the respect the defense gives him already. I mean, that's all fine and dandy. He is a stud. Like, I mean, he was the number 1 overall pick for a reason. But like, when you don't have a line, nothing else matters. And like, their play calling sucks. and they don't have a line. They got all these great receivers out there, and he can't even get 2 seconds to fucking hold the ball to be able to let one of them get open.
So right now, Caleb Williams or CJ Stroud? Caleb Williams or Jordan Love? Caleb Williams or Kyler Murray? I mean, you can make an argument
on any of those.
you can make an argument out of any of those, right?
Yeah, you can.
But it's like, I'm going to go with the guy that's already been proving himself. Maybe he's a few years older. Like, give me Jordan Love. Give me CJ Stroud. Give me Justin Herbert over Caleb Williams.
Here's one thing that I think nobody is taking into account, even though it should be. The Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer.
Yeah.
Is that by coincidence? Not necessarily. Like, you got all the bad weather and everything there. And like a lot of things are making it to where the quarterbacks in Chicago have never really been good. You know, Jim McMahon, you know, shout out to him. I met Jim McMahon, smoked with him and stuff. And, you know, he took him to the promised land. But I think a lot of people know about the 85 Bears and don't even know who the quarterback was of that team because it was all about the defense.
Yeah.
So that's why it's that hype of like, I'm not saying Caleb's not good. He's the number 1 overall pick for a reason, but people were acting like he was going to go there and cure a fucking 70-year curse of a team at a position.
Baker Mayfield. Same thing with the Browns. Like, he went there. They thought, oh, he was the savior. I was one. I was like, oh, yeah, this is the guy. Like, just give him some time. He's going to do it. And then all of a sudden he leaves the Browns and he's a fucking superstar.
Well, not right away. He had to bounce around and go to the Panthers first in a bad place. And then he got lucky. It was all timing, though. Tom Brady was only there for what, 2 years, 3 years or whatever. And they needed somebody, and he just happened to be the guy.
So like, my thing is like, let Caleb fall in the rankings, buy him low.
Yeah.
Because he's an actual good quarterback, just like Baker. So
the best thing for Caleb would be leaving Chicago. Like, that's really what it is. Like,
or Chicago actually.
He looks way better in Pittsburgh. Even in the games where he was just a couple games, he looked way better than he did in Chicago.
See, last offseason, I said they need to fire Eberflus before the season starts. They didn't do it. For the first time ever, they fired a head coach in the middle of the year.
They keep picking wrong, dude.
Imagine if they would have freaking had a qualified head coach going into the year. Maybe it would be different.
Yeah. So
just give it some time. I think Caleb's going to do fine. Let him fall in the rankings, buy him, and then let him rise back up.
What the fuck you talking about over here, Fantasy Dog? He said, damn, Huss McMahon. No. And Bakes, what up? He said, I fucking hate Reed and the Packers. He said, how the fuck does Green Bay have 21 points and Reed has 1 carry for 5 yards and 1 catch for 5 yards? It's some bullshit. Yeah, dude, they haven't had to do much in this game. Like, that was one of the reasons. If you guys remember, I was like, a lot of Jordan Love questions came up, and I was taking the other side of Jordan Love because I said, what if this game is such a stinker that the Saints don't do shit and that the Packers don't really have to do anything? You know, like, game script, like, that's something that we got to be thinking about. And there's, you know, we could see some big stuff happening because one of the things like that could come into play for these teams is the fucking overall points, you know, like, I mean, that comes into play at certain times. We'll see if there's a tiebreaker that's going to be needed. Man, Jared Goff and fucking Brock Purdy next Monday night in our fantasy championships. Whoo! Should be CMC. Come on, baby. Ooh, go. Ooh, go. Ooh, go. Ooh, go. Ooh, go. Come on. Marco said the only QB who almost won the Super Bowl with no O-line is Joe Burrow. Well, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, remember when they played the Bucks and they had 4 of their O-linemen out, and Patrick Mahomes, they said he ran for like 400 yards or something behind the line of scrimmage. That's what's crazy. Patrick Mahomes almost won. He did win a Super Bowl with, I think, the worst defense that has ever won a Super Bowl. I think that Chiefs defense was the worst that's ever won a Super Bowl. And he almost won with the worst offensive line ever, but Bucks weren't having it. Hell yeah, Uncle Buck. He said fantasy football Super Bowl. Hell yeah. And Jamie, I think you're still on mute over there. Just a heads up.
I was going to say, what about the 2007 Giants? Didn't they have a bad offensive line when they beat the Patriots?
I don't think their offensive line was horrible because most of the stuff was off of the D. That was like Brandon Jacobs like time. If you remember, it was him and Ahmad Bradshaw, I think.
Yeah. Shit, there was another team. Fucking, what was it? Let me look this up.
Damn, yeah. Marco said Burrow got sacked at least 70 times in that regular season. That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
2015 Denver Broncos.
Okay.
They had a bottom-ranked offensive line, but it was led by Von Miller on the defense. That's what carried them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the defense was killer.
The Panthers, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah. They beat Scam Newton.
Yep.
Phil said, DeMario. Come on. I need DeMario and Ugo. Come on. Uh-oh. Josh Jacobs is running to the sideline, kind of like favoring his left arm.
Oh, fuck.
What the hell happened?
Oh, no. Oh, question. The reason Jaden Reed isn't doing shit is because I put him in my parlay to get 25 yards.
Fuck. Yeah,
blame me for that one.
And Marco said the Broncos destroyed Scam Newton. Yeah, I mean that was a dominant game, man. And they weren't having it. Like they went and watched every Cam Newton interview, just to get ready, like just to put some hatred towards that guy. Look at all his stupid fucking outfits. Like, look at every time he does the fucking Superman expose the shirt. Yeah, and how crazy is that that team, they made it. Didn't they make it and lose the Super Bowl and then made it back and won? Or no, that was the fucking Seahawks. They made it and won and then made it again and lost.
Ooh, man.
Brooks. Is that Brooks or Davis? Who the fuck is that?
Shit.
Oh, it's DeMario Davis who got the tackle. There we go.
Yeah, so every year for the Super Bowls, I always do like a smorgasbord of food based off of whatever city is playing, right? So I remember that Carolina Broncos game because I did like a barbecue for the Carolina barbecue, but I also got a box of Krispy Kreme because Krispy Kreme was originated in Carolina.
Yeah. Cool. Come on, love. Appreciate you, Derek. Let him know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button for the 420 crew. Let's go.
Pretty sure I already hit the like before I hopped on. Let me double check.
It's easy to forget.
I already did.
It is easy to forget. Wilson getting some work over there. Hey, Antonio in the house.
Is that Emmanuel Wilson?
What up, Antonio? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Antonio.
Running back? Yeah. Yeah, not the linebacker. And Marcus said, I remember all my friends laughed at me when I said the Broncos will win. No way the Panthers have a way better offense. I love these I told you so moments. I mean, that year, dude, it's because Cam was dominating everybody, but I don't think he went up against. Denver was like it was like the best offense versus the best defense. that year.
Defense
Damn, that
championships.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why those teams the team that Mahomes had and they literally went down by 10 points every single game in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. That has never happened before because when teams go down by 10, they usually don't come back.
Unless you're the Patriots versus Atlanta.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still, even that was just the one game that they did that. It didn't happen in, all 4 games. But that's just nuts. It was like Mahomes needed a challenge. He just spotted everyone 10 just to show that he could do it and set a record in his first Super Bowl. And you look at them now they've totally evolved to where like their defense is what's winning them games.
Yeah.
The offense is good enough, but it's like the defense is what fucking like you can't even run on these motherfuckers. I know. Damn it, Reed. That was so close. Come on, Ugo. All right. Time to smoke more.
Yeah.
What's everyone smoking on out there? Throw in the chat. What are you smoking on?
I only got 1 bowl left. I'm saving it for tomorrow night.
There we go.
I ain't smoking tonight.
Save it up. I'll smoke for you.
Thanks,
And Marco said best offense versus best defense in the Super Bowl. Defense won 9 out of 10 times before. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't even know if that's 100% correct, but I could totally see it be that way because usually if you're making it to the Super Bowl, you usually have somewhat of a decent offense. There's only been a handful of offenses that have been trash that have made it to the Super Bowl. The most recent one that I can think of is the Denver Broncos, with Peyton Manning. Their offense was pretty trash, like at one point. Then you got to go back to, I think, the 2006 Bears, where like their offense didn't even score in like half the games of the season. It was like all fucking defense and special teams that was scoring all of their points. I don't remember how bad the what's it called? I don't remember how bad the Baltimore offense was in 2000 when they won, because I know it was not that good.
Dude, that was the Browns offense. That was the same exact team that they took from the Browns.
Yeah.
So technically the Browns won that. I don't even want to talk about it.
And Marco, this is what I love about you Americans in sports. You got fucking statistics for fucking everything. See, that's funny. Marco just made up the fucking statistic. I'm like, because I said it almost sounds true. I wouldn't even doubt it. And Fantasy Dog said merch 420crew.com, bro. 420crew.com. No, 420crewmerch.com. Sorry. Really high. 420crewmerch.com. Bake said if I lose because of Reed, can't fucking give me 6 points. I'm driving to fucking Green Bay to break his kneecaps. Go give him some Tank Dell treatment. Derek smoking on some Cushman's, 31.63% THC. Heavy. It's an indica. Heavy indica, I would say.
That would put me on my ass.
Oh, no way. Antonio said Watson questionable to return. My parlay just died. Motherfucker.
God damn it. What does he have?
Motherfucker.
21 yards last I looked. I needed 25 from that motherfucker.
Marco said the Houston Watts when they made the playoffs. Bro, but when they made the playoffs, didn't they have Arian Foster and Ryan Fitzpatrick? And I know Ryan Fitzpatrick, maybe that was a little bit earlier in his career, but he was always good. Even when you go back to Buffalo, he was always scrappy and always good for fantasy football for sure. Not the best in real life, but shit. Might be like the number 1 journeyman of all time. Played on so many goddamn teams. Fantasy Dog, I was a Fantasy Dog says I was a lifetime Browns fan, and then till the move, and then quit watching football, NFL for 10 years. Damn.
I mean, when the Browns moved, I stopped watching football. I mean, I didn't stop watching it, but I wasn't into it as much. And then all of a sudden, in 2004, I was like, the Browns suck so bad, I don't even want to fucking watch these people. So that's when I started fantasy football. So the Browns sucking so bad is what got me into fantasy football.
Well, you know what? When fantasy football was invented, it was invented by the Raiders front office.
Yeah, back in like the 60s or something like that.
Yeah, and they sucked. And that's why fantasy football was invented. They're like, why can't we play a game where we get to like pick good players? Like we don't where we could pick other players besides the Raiders and put them on our team. That's funny that's how it all started, even from fucking executives and owners of a fucking football team. And Marco said that stat wasn't made up. It was true, or at least true at the time. Okay, interesting.
So I'm confused because right now Watson has 0 for 0, but I swear to God he had a catch. Didn't he have a catch earlier where he hurt his ankle?
No, wasn't that I think that was a rush.
Oh, was it a rush?
I think it was.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. That is a rush. He has 2 for 23 rushing. God damn it. I just lost my parlays. Fuck.
Fantasy Dog, I love Fitz. He's the man. Antonio said Fitz magic. Hell yeah.
Dude, Larry Fitzgerald, his sons just got recruited.
To what school?
Fuck, let me look that up. I just saw it the other day. If anyone knows in the chat, throw it in. But Larry Fitzgerald's son, he's gonna be. I heard he's better than Larry.
So Larry Fitzgerald, what do you think he has more of in his career? Tackles or dropped passes?
Probably has more tackles.
He does.
Yeah, because I don't remember him dropping anything.
Right?
Devin Fitzgerald, that's his name.
That's what's crazy, man. Larry Fitzgerald is so sure-handed. This motherfucker has more tackles than he does dropped passes in his 20-year career. And not 20 years, but however many years it was. Fantasy Dog said, "Huss is too funny." Marco said, "I'd love to try fantasy baseball." Fantasy baseball is a grind, bro.
Dude. Okay, so if you ever do fantasy baseball, go over to the Fantasy Six Pack. Right now, Joe Bond, he's the #1 ranker in the world for fantasy football, but they do tons of fantasy baseball content. I don't even play fantasy baseball. I listen to their shit, and they're smart about everything. Like I'll put bets on shit, and I'll hit on bets just from their content.
Whew.
Man, where the fuck is he?
Dude, can the Saints fucking move faster? They're like holding the ball and taking so goddamn long and wasting so much time. Get Ugo on the field. What did Marco say? He went to Rikers Island. Who went to Rikers Island?
Larry Fitzgerald's son, maybe? Or no?
Yeah, I don't think he went to Rikers Island. That's fine. Marco said, I think Foster was on the IR or something like that. I'm going to keep. So Aaron Foster, I went to high school with him. He came to San Diego, 11th grade, and 11th and 12th grade. He was in San Diego. We were at the same school. And yeah, until he comes on the podcast and stops being a big timer, you know, yeah, I'm just going to keep talking shit about him. His acting sucks. Also, if you guys seen Draft Day, Spencer Rattler's doing too much with his little jump throws. Let's see it. Whoa, Spencer Rattler has over 100 yards passing until that INT. There we go. I know you guys are a play ahead of me, but I just saw the INT by Anderson. That's a big that helps no one on for IDP. All right, now time to get Ugo back on the field. Let's go. Marco said baseball is becoming way more popular in Germany. They sold 3,600 bats and four balls last year. In all of Germany, huh?
I've been to Germany. It's fucking amazing. I went to Heidelberg. Fucking best time of my life, man.
I want to go try some German chocolate and some German bratwurst. That's
Dude, I just German cigarettes were so much better. I know I was only 14 at the time, but walking into a freaking McDonald's and being able to freaking buy a beer at McDonald's was one of my most youngest memories that I have. Love it.
Oh man, super cool. And Fantasy Dog said, Jamie, I was wondering if you was my dude. And he said, yes, you rock. Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Dynasty Dog, man. I've seen you on so many other channels too, dude.
And Fantasy Dog said, LOL 14, right? Yeah, Jamie, you're fucking savage. All right. Man. This game fucking sucks for fantasy. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
It's becoming a big letdown. If things stay the way that they are, let me see. How many would I advance in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Things stay the way they are. I'm advancing in 13 out of 19 leagues.
Oh, yeah.
But if Ugo does better, I can advance in more. Just quit fucking around, Ugo. But yeah, I have 3 games that I can't lose versus the Nemesis is 2 of them. Can't lose to either of them. And Celtics, what up? He said last place paid to bench his team, which allowed his buddy to make the playoffs. The guy who benched his team would have won. The guy who paid the dude to bench his whole team made the finals, just got leaked now. I'm the commish. I didn't notice. I was out of the playoffs in that league. What would you do in that situation? It's a little bit tough. Yeah, go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, no, that is 100% collusion. You cannot do that. The guy who paid the person, you need to lock his team. I don't even know if I would allow him to make moves, pickups. I might even just kick him out straight up because you can't do that. That is collusion.
So I want to take a sidestep for you on that, Jamie, because we see some people like, maybe week 13 or week 14, you're already out of it. So you sit some of your starters, you still have to I'm not saying bench guys completely, but benching good players and putting in,
if it's Zach Dynasty, I understand trying to get the better pick doing that.
Yeah. I was just curious what you thought about that because I'm sure you play in a shitload of Dynasty, so I'm sure you've seen that come up. Because there's been times where I'll go sit some of my starters. I'm not putting in guys who are going to get 0, but sitting some of your studs and putting in, just other random guys. But yeah, redraft, now that's fully different. Literally sitting your entire team, putting zeros on the board, absolutely putting up 0 chance. That's.
And if you know for a fact that guy paid the guy to do that,
yeah,
that is 100% collusion. You need to kick him out of your league, lock his team. Man, I might even just give that team to my son. Something.
I guess what sucks right now is that now we're 2 weeks removed from that scumbag move of sitting everybody. That's what sucks. That's what makes it tough.
Him getting into the playoffs or
well, so he said the guy who benched his team would have won. And he said the guy who paid the dude just made the finals. So he said, so the dude who benched everybody, he said that he would have won, and I'm assuming that keeps the guy who made the finals. It would have kept him out of the playoffs, right? Yeah. It was one of those scenarios where if the dude won, he wouldn't have made the playoffs.
I would replace the team that paid the guy with the team that would have made the playoffs if he would have lost.
I guess the tough part about that is, would that guy have won 2 matchups?
Well, then you have to go back and kind of do the math on your own. It's a lot of work, but I mean, dude, that's some shady shit. I would not have that in my leagues. Hell no. How did you not notice that a guy benched his whole team and got a 0?
He said he didn't notice because he was out of the playoffs in that league. And I would be the exact same way. As many leagues as I commission, if someone did that and nobody brought it to my attention at all, it probably slips through the cracks. Like, I don't go to, I mean, even if you're just let's say you're in 5 or 6 leagues, how many people go and look at all the matchups in all those leagues, especially if you're not even in the playoffs and you kind of don't care at that point?
So that's tough. Like, maybe take half of his winnings and give it to the guy that would have made the playoffs if he would have won. I don't know.
Fantasy Dog said kick both teams. So Fantasy Dog, 13 out of 19 teams that I have in it right now. I have 37 teams total, but I made it. 19 of those teams made it to this week, though.
Yeah, that's freaking amazing, dude. Like I said earlier, I only have 11 teams that made it to the finals out of 35. But it's still like a 33%, dude. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Because there's some people who, they play in a couple leagues and, you make the championship. I made the championship in, 1 out of my 3 teams or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, man, it's not always going to be like that. Not always going to be like that.
But even second place gets paid out. So you're probably getting paid a lot more, even if you lose all 11 of those that you made it. I'm still going to get paid more than I put into it.
Yeah. What up, Toyota One? What up, TJ? What up, Michael? And so here it goes. All right. So he said, what I did is I removed both people from the chat and the league, redid the playoffs based on what they should have been. And the only problem is the other person who made the finals wouldn't have made it without the collusion. But that sucks for him because we're doing it legitimately. He said if they was both in the playoff, teams purposely lost to avoid a matchup. I understand strategy, but you're paying last place. To bench his team, both gone. Yeah. I mean, one of the things that people got to realize is like whoever's the commissioner, no one like really owns the league or anything, but like whoever's the commissioner, I mean, that's the host. And if you're in someone's house and you start disrespecting, the host, you might just get kicked out. And I think there's some people who think that like, because they paid to be in the league or whatever, that they could do shady shit and like, they're not going to have any consequences for it, like being kicked out. You do shady shit, you should get booted.
100%. So the guy, he paid his fees. He paid the guy to sit his team. He needs to take that as a loss. Like, there's no way that guy should be rewarded.
Well, he said both teams are gone now, so he already booted both of them.
Yeah, so good job.
As it should have been, man.
Yep.
And Crispy said need to have monitors in each league that only check lineups each week. Yeah, see, that would be that'd be very interesting if there was like some kind of app or something that could tell you that someone you could put in like a projection threshold, and if someone's below like, I don't know, projected below 30 points or something, you get an alert on that. Like that would be pretty cool. Cause someone sat everybody if they're getting projected that low. And Celtics said also kept their money. They already paid next year and is being put towards the trophy. There you go, man. Yeah, dude.
If they paid for next year, just use that buy-in to replace the team and be like, hey, you get a free year, but you need to pay a year in advance.
Something, right?
Because in my dynasty leagues, I always make people pay a year in advance. So in case they leave, the orphan gets a free year.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that in some of the first ones, and I stopped doing that. I just have it 1 year, but if to make a trade with a future pick or anything like that, you got to pay those years.
That's tough to keep track of, man. I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's came into play a couple times. Like one time it slipped through the cracks, man, and like a trade went through that wasn't supposed to, and I didn't even notice it until later, and nobody tagged me, nobody let me know. And then I had to reverse the trade. Like, man, it was like a month later, like 2 months later or something. And I was like, I told you at the time, like, you're the one who asked me to like try. And then like I forgot about it. And then, you know, I messaged the dude, and then the dude was like totally off the map. And so yeah, and then I ended up reversing it. And so that guy's pissed now, and he's gonna quit and leave. But his team's good. So I mean, it won't be hard to replace. I mean, it sucks that, you know, he felt like that. But it's funny because when people quit, it's why is it always right after they lose in the playoffs? It's always that way.
Yes.
Always that way. And when he said that and he brought up the trade, and he was like, well, you know, to be fair, you did bring that up to Alex a while ago. He's like, but to be fair, I did whoop your ass and just tell everybody that that's why you're leaving, because you got your ass whooped in the playoffs.
So I had a scenario. It was after week 9. So going into week 10, someone traded a second-round pick for Mason Rudolph.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at it, I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, why would you give a second-round pick? And I looked at the guy's second-round pick. He was the worst in the league, so that would have been the 201. I'm like, why are you trading for Mason Rudolph? And that's the week that, he started like 3 weeks before that. But he didn't start week 10, 11, 12, 13. He didn't start after that.
Yeah.
So I told the guy, I'm like, I'll keep this trade, but you need to pay for next year. And the guy's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be in the league next year. I'm like, well, why are you trading for Mason Rudolph when you're the 201?
Yeah.
So I reversed it, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's one league where there's one person specifically who's like, bro, why do I have to pay to make a trade? And I'm like, you're not paying to make a trade. You're paying your fees next year, so we know that you're not trading away the future and then bouncing. Yeah. And like everybody understands it. And like every time someone made a trade, he's like, look, someone has to pay extra to make this trade. You're a fucking idiot. Like, man.
Like when you do startups,
literally, I was like, if you literally troll the league, I'm just gonna bounce you and replace you now. I was like, or you could just quit if you're just gonna troll or whatever. But like, why are you gonna troll every time someone makes a trade?
Like, imagine doing startups every year, just playing for 1 year. So I'm gonna get a Mike Evans. I'm gonna get the Tyreek Hills. You know, like the older guys in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. People that are normally going in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd round, right? But I'm getting them in the 4th, 5th, 6th. So why wouldn't you do that every time in a startup and just play 1 year and then bounce? I mean, that's why I always have them pay for the 2nd year in advance, so they don't do that.
Yeah. And I'm already of the understanding that could happen. I just feel like, but that's why I only start like $30 and $55 leagues for like a bunch of like the random people, because those are like just so easy to replace, you know?
Yeah.
And got to weed out these people. That's what it is. And they weed themselves out usually.
Dude, what I need to do is start weeding out all my fucking leagues, getting rid of them, so I can start joining your dynasty leagues. So I can get some actual competition in my life.
That's a plan.
It's not like I'm sick of winning, because I love winning, but I don't get better by fucking killing these leagues, man. Like, give me some competition.
And Celtics on Twitch, he said, I didn't even ask the league what I should do in the situation. I'm the commissioner for a reason. Yeah, and I know there's a bunch of people who want to, like, you know, treat it like a democracy and everyone needs to vote on like everything. But like at the end of the day, the commissioner's vote means the most, you know, and like the commissioner more often than not is usually going to be there as long as the league is in existence. And you can't say that about every manager in the league. You know, it's just that's never going to be the case of any league.
I've even had leagues where I joined as an orphan, and they saw how good I was trying to get these rules in place. And 2 years later, I'm the actual commish, and these people aren't even in the league anymore. That started the league. So it's like, yeah, you need to set up the shit the way you want and put rules in effect. Enforce them.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people, commissioners, who create a league just because they want to play in a league. They get people in, and they don't really know what they're doing. They just set it up with whatever default, rules kind of, they treat it like a redraft league in the setup process. And so like, there's nothing unique about it. And then if their teams end up sucking, they're like, I don't even want to be in this league anymore. Now I got to deal with commissioning this league also. I've seen that multiple times and heard stories just like you saying it, where you took over an orphan league and now you're the commissioner somehow.
Like there's like 5 or 6 leagues right now that I could just tell you that that's what happened. And I don't even want to be the commissioner of this league. I want to get out of this league. It's just there's no one else available to take it over. So maybe I'll just fucking fold it.
And seeing that's what's tough too, is like, I mean, I'm very open about all the leagues that I commission and everything. And, a small cut goes to the house, for managing everything, because there's a reason why most dynasty leagues don't even last 2 seasons. And it's because if the commissioner doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, the league is usually going to fold.
Yeah, that's why I love your leagues, man, because you got legit fucking leagues. And
they're hard to win too. They're not easy to win.
They're not, but they're ran correctly. So that's why I love doing their league.
Oh yeah. And like the longest leagues that I've had now are going they're in year 5 right now. And we've had people drop out, we've had people jump in, and I think that's really it. Just knowing that there's a big pool of guys that are ready to come and take over orphan teams. That's not like, nothing ensures that nothing will fold, but I think that makes it a lot better to where these leagues should last like really long time, man. Really long time.
What I found is the best time to replace an orphan team is right after the NFL draft, because that's when people are so hyped.
Yeah.
About doing like the rookie drafts and shit. So you could easily find people to get replaced in these teams.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually doing things a lot quicker than that. Like shit, as soon as we start these playoff drafts, like I'm already going to be looking to replace a lot of these orphan teams that I know that are coming up.
Yeah.
Because I know there's going to be a handful of them. And all the nemesises are getting booted. So I'm going to have probably a couple good teams that'll be for sale. They might not have some of their picks, but it's me wanting to get the money to pay these people back to get them the fuck away from the league. Usually don't do that. But
there's a league, it was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. Someone's like, hey, this guy's not setting his lineup. He hasn't set a lineup in 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, I booted him. 5 minutes later, I got a replacement. It's really not that hard.
Yeah. Especially if it's already paid for. That's always the easiest to get someone. So that's why I tell people, like, becoming a paid 420 crew member. I had it multiple times where leagues were already paid for this year. You got to hop on a dynasty because someone just quit like mid-season.
Jimmy needs opponents, not victims. That's why I joined Alex's leagues, because I actually get like legit competition, man.
And no matter what, winning leagues is fun. I mean, no matter what, I don't care how easy the competition is, how hard the competition is. It's fun to win a fantasy football league. Yeah. But the ones that are really, really hard, I feel like those are the ones that I'll be bragging about later. I'm not going to brag about the low hanging fruit,
for example, back in like 2019, I was playing in RT Sports. That's when I started in 2012, RT Sports. And then in 2019, I was a top 100 player on that website. And I was winning all this shit. I'm like, oh, I'm the best. I'm the best ever. And then I got into the Facebook group. They invited me to their the Facebook
This sucks, TJ.
group.
Uh-huh.
What is this?
Oh, no. He said he lost a longtime friend, and because someone complained that the rules weren't right. And he said he told everyone check the rules at the time. And he said then mid-season, 2 years later, he's complaining nonstop.
Yes, dude. I lost my friend since third grade. I was friends with this guy since third grade. So how old was I in third grade? 9?
10, probably 9 or 10.
Last year, we did this family league, and his sister won it, which was the first year. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I bought her a trophy. I sent her a trophy. I was like, good job. You're awesome. And then last year, I was trying to explain to him how to fix the league to like be better. And I'm like, well, and I said this one comment. I don't know what the comment was. It was something like, he took it the wrong way. I was like, fuck, I wish I would have remembered. I got it on my text, but he took it the wrong way. And he was like, oh, you think you're better than everyone? And I'm like, no, I meant that as like new people, like noobs, like new people, like, and now I haven't talked to him in 2 years since that.
Yeah.
So I've lost my best friend just because I said maybe a wrong comment.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it maliciously.
He said, so TJ said, I lost my cool, ended up dropping his whole team, had to fix the shit and boot him mid-season. Said, I still don't talk to that bitch. Yeah, I mean, what's crazy too is I've lost friends over $50 of fantasy football dues. Like, that's what's like crazy. How some people, like, you know, there's a certain class of people out there, you know, who like fantasy football, you know, fees or dues or even losing in a fantasy football league. Like, man, yeah, people are crazy. Fantasy dog, I've won 3 20-teamers and 2 16-teamers. And, you know, I'm not saying that if you won a 12-teamer in the exact same year that it wouldn't mean anything, because like I said, winning a championship is winning a championship. It's like my like a water boy. Like my daddy always told me, the only thing better than a crawfish dinner is 5 crawfish dinners. And hey, Reed with a big catch. Yes. I know I'm gonna play behind you guys, but I just saw it. And but I'm sure that if you were bragging about a league to someone that you won and you won a 20-teamer and you won a 12-teamer, I'm sure that you'll be talking about that 20-teamer more, right? Fantasy dog, I just buy the trophies and medals too and plaques. Just saying, hell yeah, man.
Yes, Jordan Love, 37 yard pass. So that might help my parlay. So yeah, I was saying like, so the evolution of fantasy, like I thought I was the best ever doing these RT sports leagues. And then I joined a fantasy football discussion group with the moderators and admins, and I kept killing them. And I'm like, all right. So I joined with Going for Two people and my Going for Two crew, and I kept beating them. And it's like, it's so easy. And then I just keep, now I'm with you guys, and it's an actual competition to where I feel like I'm being challenged.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And fantasy football is already a challenge. So I want to get challenged where like my skill comes into play, not where I just like have to get lucky.
Yeah, it's like remember those 8-team leagues?
Yeah,
that you fucking you posted something with like a horse with those people riding the horse with the head of the stick, doing their own jumps. Like that's what the fucking 8-team leagues are like. That's what 10-team leagues are like.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find that because that shit is like,
dude, that is hilarious. You need to fucking post that, dude, again. Because I'll never forget that.
so many people were like I got people who like called me about that, who like don't even watch fantasy football. And I'm like, that shit was like so fucking ridiculous. They were like, I don't even get the reference, but it was just like so fucking funny and ridiculous.
But if you do get the reference, it's 100% fucking true, dude.
We're gonna find this shit because it's on my TikTok. I just gotta find it. I gotta go farther back.
It's like that's how I felt when I was doing these leagues in RT Sports. Like I had a trophy. Like they give you trophies on your website, and like I would do 12 leagues. I would win 8 of them. Then next year I did 24 leagues and I won 13 of them. And then I did 42 leagues one year. Didn't have internet, so I had to drive down to the school and use their internet to set my lineups every week. I only won 4 leagues that year out of 42. I'm like, dude, I'm done doing 42 fucking leagues.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Legit a full-time job. All right, let me see. Trying to find which
Dude,
one.
I have it saved somewhere. Let me find it if you can't.
All right, come on. I know I got it somewhere in here. All right, come on. Where the
fuck is it, man?
Yeah, I used to have it pinned, but I fucking don't anymore. Celtics, what's your well, I can't fucking find it. I can't fucking find it.
What do I search? Because
what Kraft do? Let me see.
See, I'm even in my because I know I sent it to you, and I said this was fucking hilarious.
Oh wait! No, I do have it right here. No, it is still pinned. I'm an idiot. Hold on. All right, I got it. Here's what Jamie's referencing. This shit's super fun.
All right, everyone, watch this. This is hilarious. This is what 8-team leagues are like. Yes.
Here we go.
Aaron Ricky, the meet and greet
Oh
was
my
a success. What up, 420 crew? Here in Vegas. Aaron Ricky, the meet and greet was a success. What up, 420 crew? Here in Vegas. Aaron Ricky, the meet and greet was a success. What up, 420 crew?
Jesus.
Aaron Ricky, the meet and greet was a success. What up, 420 crew? Here in Vegas. Aaron Ricky.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's some bullshit. Making me log in. This fucking shit. All right. All right. Here we go.
Yes.
I can't believe there's people that really do this.
Over in the 7th round. My team's so stacked. Holy shit.
And the song just made it better.
Yeah.
The main.
That's hilarious.
And Marco, definitely hit me up. I got orphan teams, bro. And on 420crew.com, that's where you guys got to be, because like there's going to be people who are like, hey, can you remind me about leagues? And like, I wish I could say yeah and be honest about it, but there's like hundreds of people that want me to like remind them about them, and it's like it's tough. That's why I tell everyone to be in the loop on Patreon. TJ seemed the cheaper leagues seem to have more stupid shit. I wouldn't even say that. It's a combination. Like, you know, it's really just the people, because there's certain people that are just dicks, you know, and like try to ruin everything. And those people could be in cheap leagues. They could be expensive leagues for sure. And Michael's, I'm definitely looking to get in some new ones. 420crew.com, bro. You can go join for free and you'll be able to stay in the loop as well, because I always post about leagues first there before everything. Yeah, let's see. Let me go see what that Reed catch did for me in the league where I really need him. Let's see. I need 9 points. No. I need 13 points out of Reed and Ugo still.
That's not going to happen.
It's looking grim.
That's not a good point.
Yeah. I mean, he did just get that long throw to Reed not that long ago. And then, Celtics, who's your favorite fantasy football player ever? Me personally in 2023, CeeDee Lamb. You know what? So it was, I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes from 2018. Like, I had him on like so many leagues that year because nobody was really thinking of him as the starter yet. So even in Superflex, I was getting him in the double-digit rounds because people weren't on him yet. And I won 3 championships, and he led me there.
I got you beat. So in 2004, I had the 7th pick in my draft, and I took Muhsin Muhammad.
Oh, shit.
Steve Smith got hurt that year in like the first week or some shit. And Muhsin Muhammad was the number 1 receiver that year. He was like top 7 or 8 overall in points scored. He won me my league. I also had LaDainian Tomlinson with my 101. I took with my 2nd pick, I had Terrell Owens, and on my 3rd pick, I took McNabb for the stack. And that was their best year ever. Fuck, man, I can't remember who else I had that year. I had a Panthers running back. I can't remember who the Panthers running back was that year.
2004 is probably pre-D'Angelo Williams, huh?
Yeah, it was some. If I heard the name, I'd be like, yeah. If I saw it, it was someone crazy. He didn't help me that much, but I mean, it was still a part of my team. I think I had Tony Gonzalez in the 5th. He was the top. It was either Gates or Gonzalez. I can't remember. That was so long ago. But yeah, Muhsin Muhammad. That's my number 1 best ever fantasy pick ever.
Hell yeah. While I'm here, I'm gonna go reminisce. So one of my best teams, like one of the best championships that I ever won. I had the 101. It was 2012, and I picked Aaron Rodgers, and that was the year that he like fully went off. And like, because I
12 with the 101.
Yeah. Arian Foster went number 2 that year. I see it. And Drew Brees went number 3. Drew Brees was always a killer.
Where did Tom Brady go that year? At the late
number 7,
108, 109, right?
Number 7 in this
7?
one.
Okay.
So here goes the team that I drafted. So Aaron Rodgers, 1st overall. And then last pick in the 2nd round, Julio Jones. He killed it that year. And then Brandon Marshall was my pick in the 3rd round, and he killed it.
Was that the Bears? Brandon Marshall?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Bears. Brandon Marshall. Let me see. 2012.
That's when I started winning. That's when I got really good. So yeah, I remember that year very, very well.
Yeah, that was his first year on the Bears.
Yeah.
And he had over 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. He killed it. And then I picked Michael Turner with the 4th pick. I'm pretty sure that was the first year that he went.
Michael Turner. That was a sleeper.
No, but this was the first year that he went to the Falcons.
Falcons. Yeah.
And I don't know if it was even the first year. Let me see.
But still, that was a value pick. I remember that being a value pick.
Let me see.
No one was on Michael Turner because there was someone else.
2012, that was actually his last year, and in the NFL, he was with the Falcons that year, and he had 800 yards and 10 touchdowns.
But there was someone else on the Falcons that year. I can't remember who it was. Fuck.
And then, and then in 2012, Antonio Brown was my 5th round pick. He was my 3rd wide receiver in a 3 wide receiver league. And then Willis McGahee, whatever, Patrick Willis in the 7th round. He's a beast. And then this was the pick that won it for me in a super flex. I already had Aaron Rodgers. I drafted Andrew Luck in the 9th round, and he killed it as a rookie. And then I remember this year I picked up Noshawn Moreno down the stretch, and I remember that being huge for the running backs.
I remember him going into like the late first in Denver one year, and he did shit that year. I can't remember what year that was.
Yeah, see, here's my championship roster in that league. Aaron Rodgers, who went for 49 points in that game, so like totally dominated the championship. Andrew Luck, Brandon Marshall, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Noshawn Moreno, who got 32 points in that game. Michael Turner, Heath Miller, James Jones. James Jones was like the waiver wire pickup of the year. He had like 8 games in a row with like a touchdown that year, something insane.
So that year, I remember I showed up late to my draft, and on the way to my draft, I was listening to the radio, and the other Green Bay Packers receiver on the way, it said like he was out for the season or something. I forgot who it was. So I'm thinking in my head, oh, this dude's going to be a sleeper. So I actually got him super late. I remember when someone else picked the other Packers receiver like 2 rounds ahead. I laughed at him. I was like, I got you on this. I'm going to get James Jones or some shit.
It was so crazy because I just looked right now. He led the league in touchdowns that year. And he was just there for the waiver wire somewhere in September. And I swooped him, and he was like my flex player all year. And I had like
the
best 4 wide receivers out there.
Man.
Yeah, I still this championship meant so much that the guy that I beat, we're still friends to this day. And I always bring this up to him because he had Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Andre Johnson, Justin Blackman, who killed it, Doug Martin, Matt Forte, Tony Gonzalez, Amon Bradshaw. Like, man, I mean,
Justin Blackman killed it. Was that his rookie year?
I don't know. He had 29 points though. I see in this one.
I remember drafting Justin Blackman in a shitload of leagues, and then he didn't do crap the whole year.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was
the next big thing.
That was his rookie year, and he had 865 yards and 5 touchdowns.
And he probably did that late in the year.
Probably, yeah.
So I remember before I even knew anything about Dynasty, remember Alshon Jeffrey?
Yeah.
His rookie year, I was at a draft. We were doing a live draft at a bar, and I went my last pick. I went to the bathroom. I came back. They were like, "Oh, you're up," and I'm like, "Give me Alshon Jeffrey." He didn't do shit the whole fucking year, but then the very next year, he went off, and I'm like, thinking in my head, why can't I own this guy for like this year? Like,
right. I hate keeper leagues. I've never wanted to have a keeper league because I always just think is like whoever's really good is always going to have the best guy. I just feel that. That's why I never wanted a keeper league.
Yeah, I just remember like evaluating prospects, thinking like Jeffrey's the next big thing, but his rookie year didn't do fucking shit. Drafted him with my very last pick in the 17th round. Waste of a
Yeah,
pick.
so they got bums in now. They do for Green Bay, but Ugo's still out there. If fucking Wicks wasn't an asshole and would have caught that, Ugo would have got the tackle. Because Ugo was on him. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm looking good either way right now. I mean, if I only advance 13 teams, I think I'll be happy. That's still
Dude,
13.
if you advance 7 or 8 teams out of your 35, like that's still good.
Yeah, because what's 13 out of 37? I mean, that's a little bit above 33. Yeah, 35%.
Yeah. Like I said, if you do like 14, 15% of your leagues, you're still making a profit.
Yeah, hell yeah. And TJ said the first year I ran a league was the year Vic broke his ankle preseason. I did all stats by the newspaper, but myself and the other guy only knew about Vic's injury. Fucking crazy. Then he shouts out Warwick Dunn.
Warwick Dunn, that was the guy I'm thinking of but he wasn't on that team with Turner. Tina Turner. Ha. No. Yeah, Warwick Dunn, man.
Get him, Ugo. Reed got a catch. Come on. And Ugo, did he get the tackle? I hope Ugo gets credit for that tackle.
Dude,
that was
the
like
flag.
Dude, that put me down by 7. I'm down by 7 points now.
I swear the clock hit 0 though before that run on 1st and goal.
Dude.
They just let it go.
Did Ugo get the credit for the tackle? I don't know if he did or not. They may change it. He pushed him out of bounds, so I don't know. I guess that might not count as a tackle. Come on, dude. Oh, they did give him the tackle. Yes. Come on, Reed. Reed for a fucking touchdown.
No, Reed ain't getting it.
Don't fucking say it. Reed for a fucking touchdown. They just
they're running the ball.
They're gonna fucking throw it. Here it comes.
Nope, they're running it, dude.
Throw the fucking
They're gonna run the clock down.
Stuff him.
Dude, it's funny.
Odd said Huss made it to the finals. Let's fucking go. He said lucked out that Love got benched. Hey, better lucky than good, bro. Hell yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? Fun fact about Malik Willis is he has less losses this year as a starter than Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes only lost 1 game.
Yeah, because he's got no losses, right?
Yeah, because he only started a few games, whatever. But
yeah. See, that's why stats can be twisted in any way, you know.
Exactly.
Any narrative.
You'd be like, oh, Penix doesn't have any losses, so he's better than Patrick Mahomes,
right? Or like, what they used to do? Like, I know Jameis Winston would get compared a lot to Aaron Rodgers because of certain stats,
yeah,
or whatever.
But they would leave out the
important ones.
Dude, my stream keeps cutting out. Am I fucking?
Yeah, you're going in and out like crazy.
Ah, shit. Maybe I need to pay my internet bill.
I mean, it seems to be good now. You were in and out for a minute though. Oh, come on, don't tease me. I'm down by 5 points and I got Reed and Ugo. Come on, guys.
Oh, yeah, my bill's due on the 23rd, which is right now. So that's probably why they're saying, fuck you, pay your bill, motherfucker.
It's so funny. I think mine is due today also.
I just paid it, so fuck it.
Let's see. These bastards, man. They're getting me every single month, man. Fucking internet's 170.
Mine's only 104, and I think that's way too much.
Yeah, I have the unlimited. I mean, I do so much streaming, I have to have unlimited. And that's why it's like everything is like charged by the amount now. So, yeah, let's go make this goddamn payment. Luckily, you reminded me because I'm sure it would have got a late fee if I didn't do that right now.
Yeah, if my stream didn't cut out, I would have fucking had to pay the late fee too.
These fuckers. And I know I've had it cut off too. Just like totally forgetting the day. Oh man, so close. I would have made it in 14 instead of 13. Man, Ugo, he failed me. He was doing so good for like so long. And just single digits. TJ said Tyreek has birthed more kids than his touchdowns this year. Yeah. I mean, shit, pretty soon Tyreek, pretty soon Tyreek to like, to score more touchdowns than kids, he would have to break NFL records.
He has more baby mamas than touchdowns.
I just don't get it, like I don't really like, I don't think any guy really likes using condoms, I think that's just like a fact for like everybody. But like, there used to be this fancy birth control method called pulling out, and like just you don't know how to pull out like at all, at all. That's what I don't get. I'll never understand that.
I mean, even the pull-out method ain't 100%, but come on. I've done it like over 1,000 times and never had a kid on a pull-out.
And Crispy, I drafted Sid Luckman in my very first draft. You savage.
Sid Luckman. Holy shit, that's a throwback.
That sounds old as fuck.
Man.
Oh, man, this sucks. Gonna come up short. But 13, man, this might be the most championships I've ever been in a single year. Because I know, a couple years ago when I won 7, I believe I was in 10 of them total.
Nice.
And Toyota One just upgraded mine 2 months ago and got double the speed for $79 a month plus 2 years. It was a promo. Yeah, see, I get that's another reason also. Like, I hate the fucking contracts that they get you in because, like, unless it is a dope ass promo like that, it's like you're getting fucked on it.
Yeah, I was paying $49.99 for a year for the promo, and now I'm locked into paying double that.
See, like, what you got to do. You gotta get to their customer care department. That's pretty much the cancellation department. And like, those are the people who like, you just talk real to them. You're like, I'm exploring these other options. I'm thinking about canceling, but I figure I'd give you guys the chance to save me. They usually got deals that they'll lock you in on because those people get paid to like save you as a client. Fantasy Dog, I got Connor, Kamara, Eckler, need one healthy, got an RB that nobody has, and best ball 50K finals. Bro, how many teams you got left in that one? That underdog one that you're in?
Oh, underdog. I forgot about underdog.
Right.
Let me go check that out.
And Podson said fancy birth control methods. Yeah, if you've seen Dirty Work, that's where that saying came from. He was it was the old the dad or the grandpa. Yeah, the old dad. He's like, I'm sorry, son, but we didn't have these fancy birth control methods back then, like pulling out. Toyota One pull-out game is strong. It's gotta be, man.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Dude, I've done it since I was like 15.
And I only have 2 kids, so I'd say my pull-out game is pretty strong.
Well, I only have 3 kids. The one kid was conceived on my honeymoon when I just got married. I didn't need to pull out because we were married. And it happened that we had a kid on it. My second one, shit, I forgot what happened with my second one. I don't know. But my third one might not even be my kid, so.
Fantasy Dog said, I thought that was the rhythm method pulling out. Phil said, Wilson got me there in the 3. Nice. There we go. You said you needed what? 7-something points out of them? Good shit, bro. Good shit. And okay, Fantasy Dog said, yes, underdog and 1 team left. Noble in the house. What up, Noble?
Salute, Noble.
Salute.
But TJ, I'm glad I got into your leagues. I won 2 dynasties 2 years ago and never got paid out. Oh man. He said, so glad I finally walked away. I said, thank you for all you do. Hell yeah, bro. Because I know there's a lot of people who, they'll hate on things that I'm doing before they actually know what I'm doing. I can't tell you how many messages I get with, or like comments or whatever, that are like, oh man, just don't ever give money to anybody on the internet, or like, whatever. And they just don't know I'm just a little bit different than everybody else.
Dude, I've gotten people messaging me personally saying stuff about Alex, and I tell them like, he's 100% legit. You trust him, and hopefully they listen. Maybe they're listening now, but if you don't, then that's your loss.
Yep. And even TJ, like, he hasn't even got to the point where we're paying out for any of these dynasty leagues yet, because he just joined like this year's like dynasties, but he's played the squares since then, and he's won on the squares, and he's got paid out on the squares. So, he knows it's a legit, thing that's going on here. And yeah, man, I mean, I just want to create, everybody knows that what I'm doing makes me money, and that's all part of like everything I'm doing, for this business and building it up. But I want people to have fun along the way. I want people to win money. I want people to win fantasy football money. Like, man, I mean, that's like the most fun part of the year is winning fantasy football money.
Someone gets mad because like you're putting together thousands of freaking leagues and you're getting a little bit of a profit. It's not even probably worth your time, honestly.
It's not even
the time that you put into these leagues isn't even worth the money that you're getting out of it. So
most of the time,
shut the fuck up.
Most of these leagues, I get paid $6.66 per month for managing them.
That ain't shit. Exactly. Like the time that you put into it, you're getting paid like 4 cents an hour, dude.
Like I just said, it's $6.66 a month. I mean, that's not even $2 a week, that it equates to.
And then people complain like, oh, this guy screwed me because I Venmoed my money to this guy and he kicked me out and stole my money. Well, dumbass, you should maybe get into a league with Alex, dude, instead of fucking over yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
yeah.
It's like I see so many people on the internet getting screwed over every year.
Dude, we knew someone who kind of infiltrated our crew a little bit, who like we found out this motherfucker was scamming people on LeagueSafe. He would like create all of these leagues and he made it commissioner control, and like he pretty much just paid out himself on every single league. And I make all mine commissioner control as well.
So do I.
It's just so I could get through the process quick.
Yeah,
not
people
so
trust me.
Yeah,
so.
not because I'm going to do anything shady. It's because the other way, everyone has to vote. It takes fucking time. I need to reach out to people to vote. And like, that's fucking annoying.
Yeah. No, like, the leagues that I commissioner, I'm the same way. I have a total commissioner control. And there's people in the league that actually say like, dude, you can trust him. I don't like, he's not going to screw you over. I'm not going to screw someone over. Why would I screw someone over for like what? $150, $200, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then tarnish my name. Hell no, I ain't gonna do that.
Cause like, so that dude that I'm telling you about, this motherfucker. So just on Sleeper, because I called him out like when I found all this shit out, and he like screwed me over on a couple bucks for some league fees. It's funny because he came back to get into the best ball and he paid me like 100 and something out of the 200 that he owed me. Just to get in the best ball. And it was because he got completely banned on LeagueSafe for all the shady shit that he was doing. Enough complaints made it to LeagueSafe to where his accounts got completely banned from there, to where he couldn't create a league on LeagueSafe. He couldn't deposit money into LeagueSafe, like nothing. And yeah, man, like the shadiness, you're always going to get caught. Like it's always going to catch up. It's always going to catch up.
Yeah, no, like, I don't want to tarnish my name, fucking up people. And you're the same way, dude. You run so much shit, have this brand built up. You're not gonna screw people over what, like a freaking $100 league? Hell no.
Right? I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's thousands and thousands of dollars, at stake. And like, no way I would have made it 4 or 5 years in if I just wasn't paying out people, like, I mean, like that's even for the guys that I want to get rid of, even in the bylaws, where it's, you're never getting a refund. Only reason I'm even going to refund these people is just to get rid of a headache and get people the fuck away from me.
Dude, so do you have anybody have Chat GPT on their phone?
Fuck, I mean, everybody should have Chat GPT at this point, right?
Type in, like, who is Alex Marino? Type in, who is Jamie Perogue? And it's going to tell you, like, the dude, like, provides fantasy football insight and does rankings and advice on various platforms and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a legit freaking person. Like, if you type in, who is Joe Blow trying to scam me out of money, like, none of that's just going to come up.
Dude, I mean, this is pretty insane. So right here, I come up as number 2 on ChatGPT, and it says an entrepreneur based in San Diego, California. He operates Fantasy Football Hustler, a business and community offering fantasy football advice. As a content creator, Marino focuses on providing insights and guidance related to fantasy football.
Dude, yeah, you're
pretty
legit.
fucking insane.
Go up on that. Now, type in who is Jamie Perogue. It's probably going to say something similar, but not as in depth because I'm not as into it as you are. Like, it might say something like, "Oh, I do shit on platforms for Going for Two and RPO, and I might do a Facebook group thing." I don't know.
See, you know what's funny? There's only one of you. There's a lot of different Alex Marinos that were there. It says Jamie Perogue is a fantasy football analyst and content creator contributing to platforms such as Fantasy Six Pack and Going for Two. He regularly authors articles focusing on wide receiver and cornerback matchups, providing strategic insights for fantasy football enthusiasts. In addition to his written work, Perogue actively engages in the fantasy football community through various areas. He co-hosts live streams and podcasts offering start and sit advice, discussing weekly matchups. His participation in Going for Two live Sunday morning start and sit streams exemplifies his commitment to assisting the fantasy football players with lineup decisions.
Holy shit. That's a lot of shit, dude. I had no idea.
Perogue maintains a presence on social media platforms, including X, formerly Twitter, where he shares updates and interacts with followers. His involvement in the fantasy sports community underscores his dedication to providing valuable content and support to the fantasy football enthusiasts. And it says, for a more in-depth understanding of his insight approach to fantasy football, you might find the following interview informative, and it looks like it's you on Spunky Spectrum Sports.
What the fuck is Spunky Spectrum? I have no fucking clue what that is. That everything was legit until you said that last thing.
No, you're on here. It's funny. It says 5 months ago. There's not a lot of views on the video, but it's you and Dylan.
Oh, dude, okay. So a dude from Going for Two was like, "Hey, come on with me and do a live draft." So I'm like, all right, I know this guy from Going for Two. I did a live draft with him. Don't watch that video. It was bad.
But still, that's pretty fucking crazy that ChatGPT even found that and requested, or suggested watching a YouTube video.
Yeah, that's crazy. But no, don't go on that spunky shit. That was a one-off video that he begged me to come on and do a draft with him. Dude's kind of mentally challenged, but I didn't say anything.
Dude, this is pretty. And so now, and I put in who's Alex Marino, the fantasy football hustler. And it's crazy. It gave me a whole fucking breakdown. Listen to this. So it said, I mean, has it fantasy football? Let me see. He runs a business and community dedicating to helping fantasy football players improve their game and win championships.
Yes, that's exactly what you do.
Through his platform, Marino offers personalized advice, rankings, and strategies tailored to unique needs of fantasy football enthusiasts. And then it gave like 3 other things here. It says key details about Alex Marino, content creation. He produces a variety of fantasy football content, including podcasts, live streams, social media posts. His advice covers start and sit decisions, waiver wire pickups, and in-depth analysis of player performance.
You need to add IDP into that because you do a lot of good IDP shit.
Well, this is them searching the internet. Like, this isn't even me putting anything, right? Like, this is ChatGPT searching the web and finding shit about me. Like, this is like insane, you know? And let's see, Fantasy Football Hustler brand. His brand focuses on creating a supportive and knowledgeable community for fantasy football players. He aims to help players dominate their leagues by providing actionable and insightful advice.
Yep.
I mean, that's better than I could have said it myself. Like,
that's 100% true. Everything they said was fucking true too. And they left a bunch of shit out that they could have added.
Right? And here's another one. Community engagement. Alex interacts with his followers through platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, where he shares daily fantasy football tips and responds to questions from fans.
Oh, I'm going to add Rumble in that too.
I know. Should be, right? That's pretty fucking interesting, though. I never would have even fucking searched that if you wouldn't have said that, Jamie. It's crazy.
I was just thinking that on top of my head, like I'm just thinking, search my name up, Google me. Like I'm legit. Alex is legit. We ain't gonna fuck you over if you join one of our leagues,
right? That's what I'm just gonna start saying now. Just search me on ChatGPT, bro. Yeah. Who's Alex Marino, the fantasy football hustler?
It's like Google me, search me on ChatGPT.
That's pretty dope though, because I could literally do that, and just ChatGPT will solidify me now to these random fucks that don't know.
I remember seeing people, it was like not even a year ago, there was this whole argument with messages or something in a Facebook group. Someone was arguing about LLC or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? This dude's legit. And I even messaged the dude personally saying, like, Alex is legit. Like, do you remember what I'm talking about? Like,
I could go down the list of some haters. There's a few. I mean, every single season, like, there's a couple new haters that get added to the list of haters. That could have been the dude who was hanging with JC Money, because there was one guy who he started hanging with, Coach Craig or whatever, and like, man,
Craig HT or so, Craig H something shit. That was it.
No reason. He started hating on me before me and JC Money even had our little fallout or whatever.
I don't know JC Money, but I remember seeing that fucking.
I know you know who he is because he hangs with Iggy. They do a show together. JC Penny is what we normally call him. Bots on your man has appreciate you. And Fantasy Dog said, "Wow, wide receiver cornerback matchups. Where you been all my life?" And Jamie, so next season, are you down to like convert your wide receiver article into a short little, segment that we'll do during the show, or maybe we'll get you on during the show for like one day a week, and for your breakdown?
Here's the thing. So I do it on Thursday nights because I work until like 8:30. And then the game starts at 8. So like I'm already behind. I come home from work. I have to sit down. I have to do my fucking article. And it's a pain in the fucking ass because I got to do all this research. Then I got to write it out. And then I got to make sure it's all correctly written.
Yeah.
I hate it, man. I don't know if I want to keep doing it, but it's something we could do. Like, I mean, if you read my article, it's like a fucking robot.
Yeah.
Honestly. But it's got some good information. Like last week, every single person that I put in my good matchups went off.
Yeah.
Every person I put in my bad matchups didn't do good, except for Collins, because Nico had 4 for 17, but he had 2 touchdowns. So that kind of but
it's really all about the digestible information, because like I don't know, like we could write the articles with like the key to life and the key to becoming millionaires and billionaires, and like I feel like anything like that, and only certain people are gonna read it, and that kind of sucks.
I get about 1,200 views a week.
Nice.
In my articles. I don't know if that's good or not. honestly.
Well, you never really know how those views end up working, because now with, you never know how many people out of those people read it or like whatever. I wish there was a way to get more feedback from like, because, views and clicks, I mean, shit, like you never,
So this week I wrote about Devontae Adams going up against Quentin Lake. I'm like, I gave the breakdown. Adams joined halfway through the season, blah, blah, blah. He has 13.3 yards per catch. He has 5 touchdowns since he joined the Jets. He's also averaging 10 targets a game since he's been with the Jets, but whatever. But then I break it down. Quentin Lake, he's consistently is doing awesome for the Rams. And like I break down his tackles, his assisted tackles, his combined. So like Quentin Lake is a good play in a CB, but he also is more excels in the run support. So I break that down. It's like he's vulnerable against the elite wide receiver.
Peace out, Derek.
And like he lacks the coverage skills to go against Adams. So like that's what I put together in my head, and I try to put it on paper. And then what did Adams do this week? Adams went off, right? I think he had a touchdown.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly what he had.
Yeah,
but he was definitely a good start in my top 12. And then I say he is a must start as a wide receiver 1 in all formats.
Yeah. Ship of fools said the 3 pizza live, despite the Hurts injury and the Arizona Junior bus. Said, "Here we are, championship game. Thanks, team. Hell yeah." TJ made it into 4-6. There we go. Yeah, I advanced 13 out of my 19 teams that were still alive. So 13 out of 37, I got to the championship.
Fuck yeah, dude. Those are great odds. I like those.
Look at this. Phil said going to be a big game in the number 3 420 crew, because that's one of the ones I advanced in. Woo. There we go. Me versus Phil in the championship. Let's see. How much did Phil put up this week? Phil put up 340. Ooh, barely squeaked it out. I put up 380.
Holy shit.
Let's go to war. Let's go to war, Phil. Godspeed, bro. Good luck in advance. And Zeb said, damn Saints suck. He said, never had a chance. No Carr, no Kamara, no Olave. Fuck the back. Yeah, it was pretty trash, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Zeb. And TJ said, where do I find this wide receiver cornerback article?
Fantasy 6-pack. Just type in Fantasy 6 SIX pack. Joe Bond, he's the number 1 ranker right now on Fantasy Pros. He's the guy that runs it. And I just do my article. There's also a goal line guide that my colleague does at Going for Two. And the goal line guide shows like running backs and quarterbacks inside the 5-yard line. But yeah, Fantasy 6-pack, man.
And Lucia said, bro, I had just had on 3 of my league champions this week, and one last week, past week to read. And he said, you rock, bro. Best fantasy channel out there. Brought in the title, bro. Let's get it. And I'm going to say, anybody who wants to give back, the way you can give back is just by go joining the crew at 420crew.com. Go join as a paid member. You could pay, you could do annual, you could pay where you don't pay monthly, you save a couple bucks doing it that way as well. But yeah, 420crew.com. Go join the crew. We got leagues that are going to start drafting in 2 weeks. You don't want to miss out. So fun. Look at Crispy. 8 chips waiting to make sure the stat correction doesn't fuck me on the 9th. Okay, there we go, bro. There we go. Good shit, Crispy. 8 is a lot. And Alex, what up? He said, winner, made it to the Super Bowl. Let's fucking go. Let's get it. No, Zeb's not in any. I don't think Zeb's in any of the leagues with us. Not yet. Oh, wait. Oh, in the wafers. Is that what you're talking about? The wafers. Purple People Eater? Yeah. Zeb is in the wafers. There you go. And Podson said, Huss, why don't you do more collabs? You would be awesome with other channels. Well, that's something I'm going to work on. I just have to be see, there was like a time where I was trying to do too many collabs, and then I just collabed with like scummy people, like you find out later, and like, you know, that's what's kind of sucked. It's like it's jaded me towards collabing. So I am going to be collabing more. Like shit, I'm actually flying out to fucking Connecticut to go be a guest on a podcast live well, it's not gonna be live, but like in person. I'm gonna be in their studio, and the dude has over 300,000 followers. It's like an interview channel. They interview a lot of times they're interviewing people that have been to jail. So I'm gonna get to share some of my county jail stories, but I get to share a lot of my weed stories as well. So it's gonna be like super fun.
So with the collaboration thing, having people come on your channel because your channel fucking rocks is a lot more beneficial to other people than you going on other people's channels. But like you can still go on other people's channels. Like I would love to have you on RPO Network.
Yeah, well, see, and I want to go on other people's channel. I would rather go on other people's channels versus me bring people on. You know, I mean, Jamie, you've been around here for a minute, so I already, you're a little bit different, but I would rather go on other people's channels because I want other people's audiences to see me, know that I'm a weed guy. That's another one because shit, Derek is here because of a collab that I did with someone else. I can't even remember the catch. And I was like smoking weed while we were doing this draft, and Derek's like, "What? Weed in fantasy football? I'd never seen that."
That's why I am here, because like as soon as I seen you, do you remember that? I'm like, holy shit, like you guys are my type of people. And then I don't know if you remember the Bum Boys, but I was like, you should come on the Bum Boys because that's what I was at the time. But then I found out like they're fucking fuck them. And then you're like, yeah, fuck those people. And I'm like, hell yeah, fuck those people. I'd rather be here.
Hell yeah, man. And there we go. Fantasy Dogs, I'm token right now. I said, I agree. Best fantasy channel. I appreciate you guys.
Fantasy Dog. I'm pretty sure I met you on like another channel. I can't remember what it was. It might have been like Player Profile or something. And didn't I tell you to come on to check this channel out? I hope so. I can't remember, dude. I want to remember that I knew you before I came on here and then brought you over here for some reason.
And word of mouth is the best. I mean, even one of our homies, Johnny, like he was talking to Derek in Smitty's chat or something, and he told him about the channel, and he came over. I mean, Crispy, he came over here from a collab that I was doing with I can't even remember. It was a Cowboys channel, and I was like helping in the Discord, and it was our man Stu who was over there, and like it was the weed and fantasy football, and like Crispy's been like here ever since, hanging with the crew, and like that's the connection I feel that it's lacking. Like one day there's gonna be a bunch of fake fucking weed fantasy football YouTubers. Guys who make it seem like they've been smoking forever because it's the cool thing to do, and now it's legal and everything. I'm trying to get that whole crop before a bunch of those guys start showing up. Because those have been my two biggest passions in life, are weed and fantasy football. And what Phil said, I need to get in that league. Been playing on QB pretty much all year. I've been hella lucky in that one. Which one are you talking about? Oh, in the number 3? Is that what you're talking about? Zeb said, bring back Ricky. Yeah, we're working on it. So they got a new product that they dropped. I think it's called the Hit Stick. And it's pretty much going to like replace like smaller joints. It's like, it's their sidestep to like actually having like, smoking a joint with raw paper or whatever. Because they said a lot of the complaints that they hear are a lot from ladies about making their hands smell like weed and shit. So this is like a sidestep for them. Instead of doing like a line of joints, they have this Hit Stick, and I think they said it's like a 0.3 or a 0.4. So like nice little dog walking joint type size. Who would win, Didka versus the Packers? Of course, Didka would. Zeb said Vikings out. Vikings went out. They're going to be number 1 in the NFC. Said packing the Lions last 2 games. Oh shit, yeah, because like no matter what, one of them is going to lose, right? Fantasy Dog said Jamie's way cool. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, look at this. Zeb said I won 157.8 to 156.5 thanks to the Packers D.
Ooh, I love that.
Very close. Very close victory. And Fantasy Dog said, I can't smoke with y'all. I said, I'm going to be stupid to begin with. He said, baby bird hits. Well, hey, this isn't me. Like, see, the difference between me and some of these weed tubers, you know, that you see is, man, I mean, outside of the times that I was in jail for like, you know, 4 to 6 months, you know, 2 different times. And then a time that I was on house arrest and, you know, one other time in my life, like, I'm just always been smoking like this. Like, I remember when I was like 19 and 20 and I was the 420 hustler, like, man, I was probably smoking like 20 or 30 blunts a day. You know, it's not all me to my face. It's people, it's people passing them around, but still, it's like just so much weed in the air. Billy said, I got my 15 points out of the Packers D. Let's go. He said the hustler blessings always provides. Said my guy, God bless. Appreciate you, bro. Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow. So I gotta take my car in for an alignment, and I gotta get it there like early, like 7:30, just so it could be worked on like pretty early over there. And then I'm just gonna catch an Uber back and then do the live stream until they're done with the car. And then waiver wire stuff, like,
and plus start sits, because don't we have games on Christmas Day?
Yeah, see, like that's what it is. Like, I mean, this week's like really tough. Like, you know, with the
Friday
timing
games, we got Wednesday.
I mean,
games.
there's Wednesday, Thursday, 3 Saturday games. It's like you have to set your shit. Like right now, it's like, yeah, you got to worry about your starts and sits before you worry about your waivers.
Yeah,
You really do, because we got 4 games tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. 4 games. I mean, 4 teams, 2 games, 4 teams on Wednesday, and I'm sure that there's people rocking, Ravens players, of course. I'm sure there's going to be some Steelers play. I mean, they said George Pickens was a full go.
See, I thought Pickens was close to playing this week, so I'm assuming he is playing next week. So I already put him in my lineup on the Battle of the Brands. He's already in my lineup because I know he's going to play.
And then, there's going to be, I mean, at least a few Chiefs that are being played in these lineups. And then Texans, I mean, shit, we're going to have some Nico and Joe Mixons. It's like you probably not going to be able to sit those guys. Like, the Ravens, they've been a bad matchup, though. That's what's going to be tough, but at least they're at home.
Now, with the Chiefs, though, since they locked up the number 1 seed already, right? I
don't think they locked up the number 1 seed.
No, they haven't.
I don't think so.
So wait,
so
I think they did.
Well, no. So it's 2-game difference with 2 games to go, and the Bills have the tiebreaker over them.
All right. So
right, because I mean the Bills beat the Chiefs earlier, right? Or am I wrong about that? Isn't that their one loss?
Yeah, the Bills did beat the Chiefs, so you're right. So maybe they do need to win this game. See, I was thinking in my head that they don't need to win anymore to get the number 1 seed, so they aren't going to need to be sitting or starting anyone until like January 17th.
Right, so they do need to win this game to officially clinch, and it's not going to be easy versus the Steelers. I'm sure it's going to be a dogfight. And Hess said hat tip to Stu. He said, we're going to the chip. How about them Cowboys? He said, Stu's looking down right now and proud, probably wondering what the fuck took so long. Stu, you done fucked up when you drafted this team, okay? You drafted Deshaun Watson with the 4th overall pick in the startup 1 month before everything started happening with Deshaun Watson. This team had a lot of bad luck, and it all started with that, picking Deshaun Watson 4th overall, like 1 month before everything started happening.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you were listening to Stevie B, because Stevie B was all over Deshaun Watson as a top 5.
Oh, I mean, I haven't even known Stevie B that long. I mean, we're talking 4 years ago.
4 years ago. All right, I was talking this.
Yeah, this is when he was a top quarterback, before all the shit started hitting the fan. It's fucking crazy. But and me and Hess, we made a blockbuster trade like over there too. And it's a trade that paid dividends for him because Keenan Allen was one of those players in the mix. And in our leagues, he just went off for 45. There you go. There you go. And Fantasy Dog said Wednesday, CPAT, 60 combined yards and 2 TDs. Corduroy pimping, man. Corduroy pimping. That'd be just one fun to bet. Like it's always fun betting on Corduroy pimping because when he's in the mix, he's usually hitting his numbers. Yeah, I said I had to add Keenan in. Hell yeah. There was one league. All the 3 games where I played my 2 nemesises, I won. And one of the ones I won 378 to 348, and I didn't think that it was going to be enough. And I left guys like J-Mo and Keenan Allen on the bench. And man, it's crazy. Like you don't expect teams to be that stacked. And like, you know, what's crazy is even as stacked as my team is, and even as good as my team is, I have 2 losses on the year and they're to the same person. And it's an undefeated team in the league. Let me go see if they won. They've been winning this entire season. No fucking way. The undefeated team lost. No fucking way. The undefeated team lost.
Like
First round.
I have one undefeated team and I'm behind 20 points, but luckily it's one of those ones where it's a 2-week championship. Which
I hate those, but
I know. Yeah. Luckily for me, I still have a chance.
Dude, I've never witnessed it. I've never been an undefeated team that's won a championship, and I've beaten an undefeated team. Like there was one year where it's that one that I said in 2012. I only had 2 losses that year, and it was to the undefeated team. And I beat the undefeated team in the championship. And like, that's how good of a victory it was. Nice. And because undefeated teams don't happen too often. I got a team where I'm 13-1 and just one put up top number out of all 4 scoring teams. And I got Saquon in there. I got Mixon in there. You know, we got hitters, but it's hard. It's like this game was hard versus Crispy. Crispy put me to the test. I thought he was about to beat me, but Brian Thomas Jr., you know, salute.
Do you ever do any leagues where like your loser bracket does a championship for the 101 in Dynasty?
No.
So no. I don't agree with that. I usually do max points for like potential points, and that's how you do your draft order. But I'm in this one league with this guy, and he's the commish. He has a bracket, a consolation bracket, to where the losers fight for the number 1 pick. And I'm the championship in that one.
Yeah.
I have a great fucking team. And if I get the 101 this year, holy shit.
I mean, I know that like, if I only had one dynasty league and that was it, you know, I might do something, you know, like that. But I feel like I try to stay consistent with everything that I'm doing. And so that's why I would never do it. I like the idea, but I guess it sucks. If your team just like sucks and you're decimated with injury, like you're fucked either way. And like it sucks that if you're the one decimated with injury, that you have no shot at that 101.
Like in this league, if I have the 101, so like right now I have Justin Herbert, I got Drake May and Bo Nix, a couple other people like Justin Fields, Mac Jones.
Who? Mac Jones.
Like receiver wise, I'm all right. I got T. Higgins, I got Metcalf, Devonta Smith, Xavier Worthy, Pickens, Bateman, you know, a few other. But running back, I got Breece Hall, Rashad White, and that's pretty much it. That's what I've been running with. Breece Hall and Rashad White.
Whew, yeah. So, Rashad White's been a stud though, man. Rashad White's been awesome.
But going into next year, I don't think he's going to continue that. So if I have the 101 with me having Herbert, May, and Nix, and you know Fields and Mac Jones, whatever, but I might take Ashton Jeanty 101 just so I have Breece Hall and Jeanty. because I'm set up to actually win with like Devonta Smith and like I mean I have Kendra Miller and a few other backup guys, but it's just I just need that one piece. And if it's Ginty, or I might go Tet McMillan. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
So I'm looking at some of my teams like right now. I got an 8-6 team that made it to the championship. I got a 7-7 team that was the 6th place team going into the playoffs. That's going to the championship. I was I was at one point I was contemplating throwing in the towel because like it sucks if you get like a playoff team and then you lose and like I hate that. It's like the worst feeling. And and I didn't. And like this is anything's possible. And like my team threw up 385 today. The team against me threw up 360. And I'm pretty sure that 360 team was the number 1 seed coming off of a bye. And it was, And the number 2 seed, they threw up 362. I could have played the number 1 or the 2 seed, and like I would have played spoiler. Like against them, and you never know what's going to happen. That's why, like, if you got a shot to go for it, you just take those shots because you never know. You might be in the championship. And no matter what, I've already won more money than the buy-in in this one. That's for sure, because 2nd place is higher than the buy-in. So, are in the money no matter what. Tough battle.
Going off that, last year I had a 6-8 team, right? And I just made it to the 6th seed to where I made it to the championship bracket. I was starting people like Justice Hill and Pierre Strong at running back. I'm looking at it right now. Jonathan Taylor was out, but I ended up winning because my receivers are so good. And I won a championship last year. Jonathan Taylor, Justice Hill, Sutton, Mike Evans, Njoku, Baker Mayfield, Goff. I won the championship, so I made my money that year. This year, I am the 103. That's how bad I was this year. But still having Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, I have a good team that I could get that 103 pick and win it again next year. So just because I was bad one year, made it lucky into the championship with Justice Hill, I'm going to get a fucking top pick this year, and I'm going to win it next year again.
That's what it's fucking all about. Let me see, Hess. Let me check because I don't know off the top of my head. 420 and a championship ring, and then 175 for 2nd. That's for the the number 1. That's what I'm assuming you're talking about. And then the side pot is 50. Side pot's 50. And I totally forgot too. The most regular season points also wins 50. I totally forgot about that until looking at the bylaws. So I got to go back and look at the total points for the season. But you were probably in the mix on that as well.
So when he says in 1, what does 1 mean? Is that like your first dynasty league?
The number 1 420 crew league. So that's the first one of when I started everything as a brand. Like I have 2 other dynasties that I started before that, and those were pretty much my guinea pigs. They're still going to this day. One's a 10-teamer. Both were starting during COVID. And the second one was it's kind of like a listener league. It was like an IDP like listener league with this channel that I was like collabing with back in the day. And it's funny because like none of those guys do content anymore, but one of them's still like in the league. And can never win that one though. Can never fucking win that one. And those were like really just me learning the lay of the land and getting the exact type of rules that I wanted, and that number 1 420 crew, like that was February 2021 when that won the inaugural draft. And my team's been competing like every year. This is the first year I didn't make the playoffs, and I I made a somewhat rebuilding trade with Hess. I still kept a lot of my key pieces, but I sold a lot of my pieces as well to Hess, and Hess got a big haul.
Nice.
Gave up a big haul as well. It was one of those ones. It's, it's a championship type of move. You got to give up a lot of draft picks, but it's only giving up draft picks, no players, So fully rebuild for me. Let's go see what that trade was.
I actually don't mind giving up draft picks for players because you don't know what those draft picks are going to be.
Yeah.
It could be a Keon Coleman type player.
Yeah.
It could be a Quentin Johnston type player.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd rather have a player that is legitimately going to score me points rather than the unknown.
And this is like more of like a me rebuilding, because a lot of, there's a lot of older players. I mean, every single player in here is a veteran player, but every single one of these players in here could help him right now. So how about start off with the IDP stud, Van Ginkel, who just threw up 26 points in this week's stud. Travis Kelce and Joe Mixon. I mean, they're still going to do their thing. It's not like they're going to die this year. And then Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, and Amari Cooper. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players total. My team isn't even fully decimated after doing this. I gave up good players, but I think I still got Saquon over there. I got Rashad White and Bucky, I'm pretty sure. So like I didn't decimate my team with this. It, didn't make my team better, but I've actually been drafting really good. So, I got to bank on myself drafting good. So what he gave up, 2025, first, second, third, and 6th. 2026, first and a second, and then a first in 2027. So 6 picks or 6 players for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3 firsts, 2 seconds, 5 out of the 7 picks total. And on my team, here's the team that I put. I didn't set the roster or anything, but I got Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers are my QBs. Saquon, Rashad White, and Bucky. Those are my RBs, at least in my starting lineup. AJ Brown, Roma Dunze, Zay Flowers, Sam Laporta.
Just having Laporta,
in a tight end premium.
Dunze, and who was your other receiver you just said?
AJ Brown.
No, you said someone else too. AJ Brown.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. So you got AJ Brown, Zay Flowers, Odunze, Laporta. That right there is someone that's gonna take your team for the next 3 years.
See, I was 6th in points for, and I was 1st in points against. So it was a year where I got fucked, and I could have kept the exact same team and not like sold any players. But I really think even selling these players that I did, that my team's good enough that I could use those picks to buy players next year or even draft, with them. I don't know. I use picks to get better. I use picks to get better players just as much as I use them to draft, like it's
because
the leverage.
When you're on the clock, people have rookie fever. That's the time where you want to sell your picks for actual.
Dude, 2 years ago, check this out. Or no, last year, pre-draft, 2023, I traded 2 first-round pick, 2 firsts and a second for CD Lamb and JMO.
2 firsts and a second for CD Lamb and JMO. I would have done that just for CD Lamb, honestly.
Right, right? Because this is when JMO wasn't even good yet. Yeah. I mean, he was still like, injuries and a lot of shit like that.
People were selling like CD for like 2 firsts plus.
Yeah. And it's like when you get to the time, people want to get those rookies, man. They want to get those rookies. And that team is in the championship this week. Yeah. And I hope CD's going to play.
Dude, like I still have CD as a top 5 dynasty wide receiver.
And see, and look at this. Hess said, looks like it made sense for both because he said without them, I wouldn't have made it to the chip. Yeah. And like, you know, there's a bunch of trades that people will send me where it's like, you know, people want to, you know, maybe they want to give up a second, a third, and a fourth for like one player. And like, I just feel like if you're going to give up, like, why would you not want to make a championship trade if you're like trying to make a trade, you know? And like, if you're rebuilding, why wouldn't you want to make a trade where you actually get a shitload of picks?
Yeah.
You know, because it's totally mutually beneficial. You know, one person wants to fucking win and is down to give up the picks. And it's like, that's how you buy a championship. You give up the future, just like in the NFL. Yeah. And if you can win a championship by forfeiting some of your future, it's worth it because the championships don't come fucking easy.
Yeah,
they don't.
Because I just said it a couple weeks ago. I said you can't have it both ways. You can't try to actually win a championship, and then like when you make a trade and you're competing, you can't keep your first round pick and try to fucking win a champ and try to get like good pieces on your team. You need to give up your first.
Yeah. Because who's going to give up a stud for a second round pick? Like, why would you? Like, and to a championship team, you're going to give me the 212 for a fucking viable starter? Like, no, that's not the way that this works.
I did make a good trade, but I lost this week. But I ended up trading. It's a single quarterback. I'm only in one single quarterback dynasty league.
Okay.
I hate fucking single quarterback leagues.
Yeah.
Same. I bought Brian Robinson for 2 late seconds. So the 208 and the 211 for Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't mind giving up that for Brian Robinson because like what the fuck are you gonna get in a single quarterback league at the 208?
You know what's crazy is like last season, I'm pretty sure it was last season that I gave up the rights to Bijan. And it was like I gave up the 101 for Brian Robinson, Mac Jones, the 106, and like the 110. And I got CJ Stroud with that 106.
Holy shit. Yeah, I remember CJ Stroud was my 103 in that draft. But if I got him at the 107 in a league, I was like, why are fucking people but in the same league, I sold him going into this year because people were looking at CJ Stroud as the 102, 103.
For sure.
So I was like, I'll fucking sell him for that.
I know I tried to sell him. I couldn't because no one wanted to pay what I wanted for him. But that's the thing too. Like sometimes, you know, standing on your pricing, you know, it works against you, but you got to find the right trade partner anyways, you know? And like, if I can win a championship, I'll give up a first. I'll give up an extra first. You know, last year I traded A-Chain and 2 firsts for CMC. I won a championship. Ooh. Like I won the championship last year.
Oh, you won. Yeah. That's a great trade.
I won. It sucked this year. I made the playoffs and I was a one and done in the playoffs. I had a bad schedule.
Did you give up? You gave up a late first?
A 2025? No, 20
late first, probably.
No, a 2024 first and a 2025 first.
So essentially a late first in 2024.
Yeah, and then I finished I was the first round exit. I'm going to be 7th or 8th. I'm going to be the 7th or the 8th pick, one of the two.
But that won you a championship, so like that that pot that you won, that's going to give you 4 free years at least to rebuild or even win another championship.
Yeah.
So like people don't understand that if you win a championship, you have enough money in that league to play for free for the next 5-6 years.
Crispy said 7 playing the number 1 seed. It's funny. That's my brother.
Yeah.
Dab Demon 710. That's my brother in that league, Crispy. And he's been in the league since inauguration. This league started in 2018, and I won the first year that we played. It was the first auction draft we all ever did together, including myself. And I ended up winning because I drafted Mahomes and CMC.
What year was it?
2018.
18, 19, 20. So you won that league
with Mahomes, CMC, and Devontae Adams. Those were my those were
you won in 2018. So like right now, you literally are only paying into the next year because you won. So you won. You're not paying anything for the next 4, 5, 6 years, whatever the payout is.
I mean, that was some years ago, and I got to win again because I haven't won since year 1. But yeah, Crispy is the 7-7, the 6th seed going up against the number 1 seed, and Crispy has a 1 point lead right now. But it's with IDP, there can be stat corrections that change a point or a point and a half. You know, so yeah, we'll see what happens, Crispy. But
Dude, Crispy's a beast, man. I can't get on your level, like the way you do so many leagues, and you're in like 28 freaking best ball championships out of whatever. I'm gonna beat you next year, Crispy. That's my goal. You do 100 leagues, I'm gonna do 200.
Oh yeah. And what TJ? Oh, and Hess, what's CMC worth right now? Well, if you have CMC right now, now's not the time to sell him. You don't, because his value
buy him either.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to. Like, it's just a bad time. Like, I mean, if I'm a rebuilding team right now, like, I'm not buying players like CMC because I need my trades. I need my picks to get more value. And the way they get more value is by waiting until closer to the draft. Then they get more value. So now you do not sell CMC. Do not buy him right now. Yeah. The only way you should be making a trade right now is if it's like you're somehow trading with the team that you're going against in the championship. And I don't even know why anyone would make a trade, you know, like that, unless you're overpaying to like the maximum for someone that they don't even need. But yeah, right now is the worst time to make a trade. I would just wait.
I wouldn't want to buy CMC for a first. Hell no. Would I sell CMC for a first? If I don't think I would want to do that either.
Right? See, it doesn't seem right. Because if he comes back and he's even 80% of his former CMC, that's still going to be better than so many running backs that are out there right now.
Yep.
And like, I don't know. You can't, like, there's a Bucky Irving every year, right? But we never know who that's going to fucking be. He was a 4th round fucking pick. Like, I mean, I drafted him in the 32 league. I drafted him in other leagues. So, I mean, I tell you guys who I like out of these guys, but it's like, we never know.
See, I thought Roshan was going to be a Bucky Irvin last year. Didn't work out with the concussion and whatever. You just never know, man.
And then look at someone like Dameon Pierce. 1 year wonder only. And like, I sold him multiple times that next year for a first and a third.
No.
And I felt so good about those fucking trades.
Yeah. Dameon Pierce was my most drafted player with my late 2nd round picks that draft. But I don't own him because after his rookie year, I sold him. I sold him for anything. Like,
that was the move.
What was that other guy? Pacheco. I got Pacheco in the early 4th round, sometime mid 4th round of every draft.
TJ said so many guys never tear down in dynasties and just chill in fantasy purgatory. And seeing, I mean, that's also not fun. Like, because there was a couple, like I said, this one that I'm going in where I said I bought CD and JMO last year for 2 firsts and a second or whatever it was. I sold so many throughout the year because my team was already sucking and it was the 2nd year of it. And I was getting all these injuries and shit. And like, I remember at one point Mostert was doing good for the Dolphins and and someone else that they had was doing good. And I sold them both for a second separately. like just at different times. And it was like I was trying to capitalize on whatever I could on any piece and like getting all these seconds, all these thirds, all these fourths, and then eventually made bigger ones and got some firsts. And man, I'm feeling so good now 2 years later because the team, we dominated this year. I could have lost this week, but we're in the championship.
You have to look at it like a stock market. So, like, if I got Tank Dell in the 3rd round of the rookie draft and he shoots up to a 1st round value, I am 100% selling Tank Dell for a 1st rounder. And now look at it. On the opposite end, like Khalil Shakur, I tried to buy him for a 2nd round pick this year as a contender. People weren't biting. I'm like, dude, he's worth a second. Give him to me. But people weren't buying him. I don't know. But then you're getting like someone that's lower, like Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Who people were drafting in the mid-1st round.
Yeah.
But I have Shakur over him. I have a Tank Dell over him.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one thing where people really make the mistake, I feel, is like trading up for running backs in the offseason early. Like you don't need to do that. Like if you're I don't even want to trade for a running back until like during the season. And then I'll give up a first or first in a
September, October, late September, early October is when you need to trade for the running backs.
Yeah. Because how many people traded like, the year that ETN got hurt? You trade for a fucking ETN in the offseason and then he fucking gets hurt, and like that's just the worst.
I tell people that all the time. Like people are like, I'm going to try to buy this running back. I'm like, where it's July. Why would you buy a running back in July? It makes no sense. Do not do that. You sell your running backs in July to the stupid ass freaking people.
Dude, my best trade this year. You ready for this? There's going to be a lot of people who are mad at me because if I made this trade, if someone else made this trade on my watch, I'd be mad also. So in the league where I was already doing really good, I just threw this out there thinking that it was the start of a potential negotiation. But I know that the person was already in last place and they already started selling off a couple pieces trying to get 1st rounders for next year. So I said, you know what? Let me take a shot. Saquon for a 1st. It got accepted.
Yes. Holy shit.
It got accepted. And this was months ago at this point. It's not like it just happened like a couple weeks ago. Like that might have been like beginning of November, something like that. I'll even go check, but you just never know. Saquon's old, right? In Dynasty, like he's old in Dynasty. And like there's people who want to get those 1st rounders, and if you're a rebuild, you just never know how someone values getting more 1st rounders. Because there's people who are like, I got 5 1st rounders now because I added yours there. If I win, mine's the 112, so mine's the least valuable out of all of them. But them having 4 or 5 means a lot to them.
Yeah.
Because those could be traded for a lot of fucking pieces, like later, no matter how you slice it. Yeah, November 7th. That was the day. that was the day that my team just took a major uptick towards winning a championship. I remember seeing that, and man, I almost I can't even do a backflip. I almost tried to do a backflip. I was so happy. Right, Crispy? Simmons is old. Where is it?
Simmons is old.
And what TJ say? CMC has to be close to 1,500 touches in 3 years. Number where guys tend to fall off. I mean, he's cursed being with the 49ers because the 49ers, like, ever since Frank Gore, is like they got so lucky with Frank Gore and kind of being an Iron Man that, like, look at how many running backs they've gone through over the Shanahan era. And like it's like a revolving door of running backs. And like CMC, like, is he going to be part of that revolving door now? People who just keep getting hurt and can't stay healthy. It sucks. And TJ said, yeah, there's stat out there, 400 plus touches in 1 year, almost guaranteed next year they're injured. Yeah. Yeah, there's not too many LTs and Ricky Williams out there. There was one me and Ricky talked about it on a pod one time where it was back-to-back seasons where he led the league in touches, and he was like, that first year was awesome. He was like, I remember I had a high like average that year. He's like, what was my average that year? And I was like 4.3 or 4.5, something like that. He's like, yeah, that was nice. He was like, but the next year wasn't so nice. He was like, go look at my average per carry that year, and it was like 3.2, but it was still the same amount of carries. So it was like he was getting destroyed that year.
But 3.2, I mean, that's what Kyron Williams is averaging.
It's crazy, right? Because like he, a lot of the fucking, just catches and the way they scheme him. But yeah, he takes a lot of just right up the middle for like nothing. And it sucks. And Fantasy Dog said that 1 year traded the whole draft for Ricky. I mean, Ricky was so fucking hyped coming out of college, man. I mean, come on.
He was worth it.
Oh, look at this. Podson said just agreed to a 1,200 for first and a 1,000 for second split. There we go. Nice come up. Hell yeah, man. Because either way, you're
gonna win.
You're a winner either way, no matter what. Like,
that's a good split right there, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Anytime you can come home with 1,000 from one league and guaranteed 1,000, you're not getting less than 1,000 because you got the split. Like, yeah.
So what's the actual like first place and second place prize?
Yeah, very curious. What would that be?
Yeah, Willie, what would that be?
And Fantasy Dog said you did a pod with Ricky Williams. Wow, yeah, bro. Yeah. He's been on the channel, dude, I don't know, maybe like 6-7 times.
Yeah, I seen him live. Wasn't he hanging out with you guys in Vegas?
Yeah.
Years ago?
Yeah, we were doing a watch party from a hotel. It was
you invited me to that. I just didn't have the money to come, but like that would have been awesome to hang out with you guys. Hell yeah.
Dude. Hanging out, smoking with Ricky Williams, fucking watching a football game. And the end of the fucking game, you ready for this? End of the game, it was an interception. And like he had already gone out onto the little balcony, or not balcony, but the little just porch area where you could smoke. He goes out there and starts smoking. He sees the interception. He opens the door and he's like, Alex, IDP life. And I was like, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And so that's super cool, man. Yeah. And it's crazy that like Ricky Williams, like he knows my name when he sees me. Like that's fucking, it's crazy. Ricky Williams has texted me stoned at like 12 a.m. in the middle of the night about ideas about like fucking what does he do? Astrology and fucking betting and shit. And it's like it's surreal. Sometimes it's surreal. So
you need to get him back on a podcast.
We're gonna get it back soon. I already talked to I don't even know what he is with the company. He's pretty much like the main guy. I don't know if he's the CEO, CFO, or whatever EO, he is, but he pretty much runs Heisman. And we're working on it's the holidays. That's what sucks right now. So like everyone's busy and all that shit. But
in the off season.
Before the Super Bowl for sure. Like sometime in December is pretty much over. So if it doesn't happen in December, we're shooting for January sometime.
Even in February. Let's say, so you said you wanted to do more collaborations on other podcasts, right?
Yeah.
So what if we go on a podcast for the RPO one that I run? We could multi-stream it on 420 and RPO together, like with something like I don't know how that shit works.
We'll see. It all depends on how good we get it planned out for sure.
Yeah, because like honestly, our like every view. I did a podcast with a guy named Steve Wright. He was a former Raiders player. He played for the Cowboys. He was the one that made the block for that Dallas Cowboys in like 83 or 84.
Okay.
For that 99.5 yard rush, which was who did that? Who made that 99.5 yard rush on the Cowboys in 1983?
have no idea.
It was a record-breaking rush, but he made the block. But the dude came on. We had 6,500 views just having this guy come on. He was on Survivor season 20 or something like that.
Fancy Dog said Dorset. Is that who it was?
Yeah, Dorset. If you watch, Steve Wright made the block in the end zone on fuck, I can't remember the guy. The defensive guy was a major dude. Steve Wright just tripped him up, and Dorset just ran right past him. But Steve Wright, he went on to the Raiders. He blocked for Bo Jackson. He blocked for Marcus
Allen.
Marcus Allen. He created the fan that blew mist. The misting fan. He was the creator of that.
Dude, that guy's a fucking G. Those things are fucking useful.
Yes. And
look at
he
this.
was also,
he said, remember when I told Ricky that I wanted to tackle him and he told me that it was gonna hurt? Yeah, nobody wants to tackle Ricky.
No, dude, he would run your ass over.
And yeah, Hess said Ricky's definitely coming back on. Yeah, we gotta get the dates worked out. That's all it is. And I know that Friday used to be a day that he wasn't doing anything the first half of the day. So we'll see. It could be that where he just comes on a Friday morning show, and the show's already going, and he just comes on when he's whenever he's ready. Here goes Pod Son. So payouts, 1,500 is first. 700 is second, then the most points is 200. Commish allows the final two teams to discuss how the payouts he split. So then we agreed on the 12 and 10. Yeah,
I would 100% do that.
Yeah. Either way,
yeah,
very gritty. It's not like 700's not good, but if it's your friend or whatever, and it takes a little bit of the pressure off for sure. Cause that pays for so many other leagues, no matter what, even getting that extra 300, making it 1,000 instead of 700, that it's almost worth giving up that other 300 to guarantee that both of you guys get 1,000, super cool. Fancy Dog said, I got a friend who knows Arnold and another that knows Mayweather. Man, call in some favors, bro.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Call in some favors. Both of those guys smoke weed. I mean, shit, I'm in Vegas. I'm sure that Floyd Mayweather has a place that I could go host a podcast and I'll bring weed. Tell him,
dude. You're bringing up hardcore names,
right? Those are big time. Those are big time. And Crispy said Hess got me that signed Heisman hat. He said, "You the man, Hess." Hell yeah, Crispy's got a signed Ricky Williams hat. And I remember just
signed CK2K jersey.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And I'm still trying to get a hold of everybody who won. There's a couple people who got back to me, but there's a couple people who didn't. So I'm give it till the first of the year, and if I don't hear back from some of these guys, playoff raffle, we'll re-raffle them.
Oh, so you actually did the raffle already?
Yeah, we did it last week.
When the fuck did I miss this? How did I miss it? I'm on every stream.
It was last week during the Sunday stream, it was during the games. So during those first set of games, it was 30 minutes here, an hour there, and then we were doing another raffle.
Oh, this past Sunday.
Yeah, week 15.
Oh, I was doing Christmas shit. My bad. Fuck, I missed that.
And Fantasy Dog said, "Oh shit, look at this." Fantasy Dog said, first name basis. One's a pro bodybuilder, and the other's a boxing family. Man, super cool, bro. Hey, call in a favor, bro. That would be just so epic. Either way, and that's all I'm trying to do is epic shit. Really, and that either way, that would be fucking awesome. And,
even if you get
no pressure. Even if what?
Coleman, the old bodybuilder that was lightweight, baby. He's a big bodybuilder back in the day. Now he's in a wheelchair. He can't even walk.
Damn. Yeah, that's rough, man.
Like, just getting these big names. Anybody you guys know, fucking hook them up. Get them on the 420.
Be super fun, man. And a lot of these guys are into weed. So it's like, as long as they're like into weed at all, you know, especially weed's legal where these guys are at, you know, so as long as they're into weed at all, you know, I'm sure we'll get along and have a good time.
Dude, I wonder if Dave Chappelle plays fantasy football.
Man, I mean, so many people do. Like, that's why, I mean, we got to meet a bunch of celebrities so we can start one of these celebrity leagues, you know, like, these guys got money. They need someone to host. And, you know, especially if we turn it into content, like, as well, you know, that just makes it like way more fun. And, you know, these guys are trying to do stuff to like build their brand, you know, and be a little bit more well-known. Like, they don't even have to be coming on the show. It would be me. Like, if there was something where they like did the draft together or something, they don't even really have to come on the show after that, because people know that it's legit them. And like, this is this person's team. This is this person's team. And it would just make it funny as hell.
Dude, I wish I had contact with the Miz still, because the Miz, I went to high school with the dude.
Damn it.
Fucking, I crossed paths with him in the past. Like, he banged my girlfriend's sister while I was downstairs watching a movie with my girlfriend. He was upstairs banging his sister. And this was before he even went on Real World. So,
hell yeah.
Now he's charging like $1,000 just to be in a freaking league with the dude. It's like, come on, man. You need to come back down to your roots.
And Hess said, he said, I got ways getting to Mayweather. He said, do we know if he likes fantasy football? I don't know if he likes fantasy football. We know he's into betting. But one thing that I'll say is, like, for any of these celebrities, if they're actually in leagues, you know, like $100 a month for these guys, drop in the bucket, because I'm sure it's like a crazy ass league that they're in. And, you know, I'll be that right-hand man that they need to dominate their league. That's it, for $100 a month. That's it. Yeah, Crispy's claim to fame right here. He said, I did cocaine with Michael Irvin in 1993 or 1994. Hell yeah, man. And you know what's crazy, Crispy? It's going to be an ode to you and an ode to Stu. So Stu's sister, I still haven't put it up on the wall because I feel like once I do it, it's like really official. But Stu's sister sent me a piece of memorabilia, and it's a Michael Irvin signed like magazine in a fucking in a whole frame and all of that. And it's like it's sitting right next to some things, just a little bit like right behind me, like right there. It's going to be up on the wall in 2025. I'm putting it up in 2025 for sure, in January sometime. But yeah, that's going to be cool. So it'll be like right on the wall, right behind me over here. And Michael Irvin signed magazine, and it's from our man Stu. And then it's funny that Crispy has his Michael Irvin story as well. So super fun. Nice. Fantasy Dog, I got a friend who sold coke to Big Ben when when he was at Miami, just up the road. I believe it, man. I mean, see, like, all these guys want to party, you know? Like, I mean, it's crazy, like, back in the 80s, how, like, I think it was like the Pittsburgh Pirates or whatever, they did a big 30 for 30 on them, how, like, they were all just on blow. They were all on blow, and like whatever. They took all the stimulants and shit. Like, they would just do hella cocaine and hella stimulants. And they were just out there going crazy. They wanted to play triple headers like every game. They were down for it. So funny, man. Times have changed. All right. Time to get the fuck up out of here. Jamie, you got anything you want to shout out before we get the hell out of here?
I mean, I'm always on in your chats. Just hit me up, Jamie Pro, if you ever need anything. You know, check out my wide receiver first cornerback article at Fantasy Six Pack. You know, I mean, yeah. I only got one more week of doing it, but still, next year we'll do some kind of collaboration, because I'd rather come on your episode and talk about it rather than fucking sitting there writing a freaking robotic article about it.
Yeah. Yeah. More digestible. And that's what people want. We just want to give the people what they want. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Then they'll know you got to be on this day, this time. It's always going to be this day of the week, this time or whatever. And, you know, that's it. Be ready for it.
Imagine if Jim McMahon had fucking social media back in the day. How wild shit would happen. Like, we'd be blowing coke with the dude.
Right? TJ said, best football game I ever attended was Miami, Ohio at Northern Illinois. He said Big Ben threw for 400 plus.
Yeah.
Crispy said, great show. He said, best fantasy football show on the planet. I appreciate you, bro. And yeah, Fantasy Ninjas. And Turner ran for 500 yards. Jesus. Fantasy Dog. Merry Christmas to all. Yes, sir. Merry Christmas to everybody. Well, I'll be on tomorrow morning. And then, probably, I mean, I don't know. Even Vanessa, she's like, you're going to do a Christmas stream. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe for like the second game or like something like that. We'll see what's up. Because, I mean, I hang out with everybody here. Just like, it's like so much, man. Yeah, I might get withdrawals being away. And Toyota One said, awesome stream. Let's fucking go. Till next time, crew. Hell yeah. Merry Christmas. Fantasy Dog used to be friends with the first black guy to win the PGA tourney, Pete Brown. Okay.
Pete Brown. PGA.
Yeah.
That guy. I thought that was Tiger Woods.
Right. And PJ, he said, yes, please, Jamie. Okay. Hell yeah. He said, Merry Christmas all. Yeah, we're gonna get some things going. The content's gonna be always trying to evolve the content. And like one of the things I'm going to be doing, we're going to be getting certain people on the shows at different times throughout the week to talk about whatever their niche is. Cause we got a couple other people who are working on some niches that they want to cover. I wish I could cover everything, but it's, that's not the way that I operate. And I don't really want to operate like that. I want to get with people who are like really good at the things that they want to cover and try to get enough resources for us that just helps us dominate and win championship after championship. Hell yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. 420crew.com. Go get signed up if you're not signed up there. Don't forget, get some karma in advance. And then 420crewmerch.com. Go pick you up some merch. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the.